Hello, welcome to the Fanfic Majesty. One Piece Full Level System. 3.0%. Chapter 1. Next chapter. Advertisement. Staring at the endless horizon, there is no magnificent waves, no rough seas, and the young man with short hair and broken hair standing on a small desert island now has constipation on his face. No way. He just watched a pirate starving to death on this island just now. And Chin Luo learned from the pirate that this is the extremely dangerous calm belt. At first, Chin Luo didn't believe that this was the One Piece world, but when Chin Luo saw fierce and ferocious fishes popping up from the sea from time to time, as well as the pirate flag on the deserted island that had been dilapidated and resembled torn pants, and the pirate ship that was nearly scrapped, Chin Luo knew that he had crossed. In the real world, who would get such a ship out for adventure? Could it be those fans who love One Piece? If this is the case, Chin Luo can only say MDZZ to him. Looking at the sea kings on the sea, Chin Luo felt very painful. It's true that the special lady has crossed into the pirate world. Although I am also a pirate fan, I don't want to die. After speaking decadently, Chin Luo turned his attention to the broken ship again to see if he could escape the calm belt by this ship. But think about it carefully, your sister is unrealistic. Let alone the degree of damage to the ship, even if it can go to sea, there is no wind in this calm belt. There is no wind, how does the ship move? How to leave this calm belt? Rely on Chin Luo's own hands. Although Chin Luo is invincible all over the world, but your sister can't help being so tossed. Advertisement. Furthermore, even if Chin Luo can row out to sea on his own, who will deal with those sea kings in the ocean? Chin Luo is definitely a scum with 5 combat effectiveness, and can't resist the fierce sea kings at all. Use sea stone. Is there such an advanced thing in this place where birds don't shit? There is a way to escape this calm belt, that is, to wait for the ship, and then rescue Chin Luo. As a pirate fan, Chin Luo knows exactly what calm belt means. There is very little wind in the calm belt, and it is even more difficult for ships to enter. In addition to these, there are also a large number of sea kings jumping out from time to time to show you good. Even for those who love adventure and sailing at sea, calm belt is a nightmare. Who can come to this kind of place with enough food? The chance of waiting for the ship to escape here is about the same as the chance of winning the lottery. And so, in conclusion, Chin Luo can only die one by one. It's just that the way of death is different. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. First, starve to death on a desert island. Second, jump into the sea and feed the fish. Apart from waiting to die, Chin Luo has nothing to do. Hey, in this passionate, unpredictable world of pirates, without strength, what is the difference from an ant? The pirate world, power is supreme. This is the world of the strong, and only the strong are worthy of the right to speak. If you have the strength, although you can't escape, your sister can hunt down a few sea kings to fill your stomach. Advertisement. Guru. When Chin Luo was in a turbulent mood, standing in front of the sea, pointing at the mountains, stirring up the words, and sighing about the world, his stomach rang with disappointment. Hemp egg. Hungry again. Just sent away a starving ghost, is he going to follow in the footsteps of the pirate? No way. Seeing the skinny pirate who died on the sidelines, Chin Luo was clever. Before he crossed over, he was a veritable foodie, not to mention eating all over the world, that is also eating all over the world. A famous mouth has already been eaten to the highest level. Starving to death, this is an absolute insult to a foodie. Looking at this barren island where the bird does not shit, what can you eat? The pirate ship had long been searched by Chin Luo. Except for a few maps, the empty wine barrels, buckets, and the decaying corpse, I didn't even see a single piece of food. Do you really want to starve to death in this world? Chin Luo closed his eyes in despair, and then seemed to be dissatisfied with his own destiny, cursing the thief god wildly. The idiot of the grass mud horse. Others have cheats when they cross, so you tortured me when labor and capital cross you. Throw me into a calm belt where the birds do not shit, and there is no food. Your uncle. Even if labor and capital are killed, I should give it. I make a table of good food, a few jars of fine wine, and when the labor and management are full and drunk, I am looking for a few chicks for me to make your grandfather and I die comfortably. Labor and management are connected. Chin Luo was madly pointing and cursing unscrupulously, and suddenly a voice suddenly came into Chin Luo's mind. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for activating the full level system. Advertisement. What? Hearing the sound in his head, Chin Luo's eyes lit up and he let out a soft sound. Could I activate the system? Thinking about the people who traveled to the pirate world in those novels, Chin Luo feels that 80 to 90% of them have a system. Own cheat. Really? A few seconds after Qin Luo asked, a few cold words came in his quiet mind. Congratulations, host, you are right, you have successfully activated the full level system. Well, the full level system. Not bad, Qin Luo said indifferently, but he was already excited and intolerable. It's pretty good to have a system, okay. Although I don't know the function yet, just listen to this full level system. It's an extraordinary product. Ha ha ha, it's a big deal. System, can you explain to me what function you have? Qin Luo suppressed the ecstasy in his heart and asked. Host, this system is called the full level system, which can make any element and non-element full level. For example, if you have a fire element, as long as you have enough mysterious power, you can raise the host's fire element to full level. Damn it. The dick bursts. Ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully activating the newbie gift package. Is the host checked? Nani. And the novice spree. Chapter 2. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. 0.0 inches. Qin Luo was dumbfounded when he heard the system sound. Is this a newbie gift package? Didn't you just open your mouth and curse a few words? Is there an increase in the package outside the invincible system? Damn it, do you want to be so bullish? If you can redeem the novice spree and all kinds of heaven-defying skills, if Qin Luo stands at the pinnacle of the pirate world, wouldn't it be a matter of minutes? Thinking of this, Qin Luo was thrilled. He hurriedly asked, System, can I give you a few more newbie spree if I just scold the street? Sorry, host, you can only receive the novice gift package once in your life. If you want to improve your strength, you can only get mysterious powers. You can exchange points for various things. Don't be sneaky or lazy. Quote. Qin Luo originally thought that he could stand on the pinnacle of pirate world by opening his mouth, but he didn't expect to be slapped back to reality by the system. It seems that he still needs to work hard. Look at the novice gift package first. After Qin Luo thought about it, a virtual screen similar to an electronic screen appeared in his mind. The novice gift pack, as the name suggests, was given to the host after activating the system. Open the novice spree. Get 1,000 exchange points. Qin Luo was happily waiting for the system to continue talking, but after waiting for a long time, the system broke out in half a fart. Is this all gone? Qin Luo's eyes widened in disbelief. How rich is the novice gift package that other people travel through? How awesome, how come to you, your sister only has 1,000 points? What can 1,000 points do? Advertisement. Is it enough to redeem a bowl of spicy soup? Qin Luo twitched the corners of his mouth painfully. For the first time, I felt that the system was very stingy, and the novice spree was not a good one. The full level system, as the name suggests, is able to increase those elemental and non-elemental abilities to full level. This is the same as the Dogwai upgrade. Characters are full, weapons are full, and defenses are full. All are full. Standing in the game, everyone else immune to death. This is the power of the full level system. Qin Luo suppressed the excitement in his heart. If the fire element is at full level, does it mean that Akainu can be slammed? Ding dong, it is detected that there are objects that can be upgraded to the full level. Do you want to upgrade? Boost. Qin Luo didn't ask what it was, and he was promoted to the full level. Ding. Congratulations to the host's gravity upgrade to full level. Boom. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. The system hasn't been finished yet. Qin Luo's surrounding area collapsed within 100 meters, and the ground was fragmented. With Qin Luo as the center, it was deeply sunken, and the surrounding ground split like a spider's web. At this moment, Qin Luo has dropped a full 50 meters. What's the matter? Standing in the depths, Qin Luo looked blank. At this moment, his feet are still continuing to dive, as if deep in a swamp, and Qin Luo clearly feels that the Earth's suction on him has increased to a terrifying point. In other words, it is not the Earth that attracts Qin Luo, but Qin Luo's gravitational force rises to full level, and the Earth is involuntarily attracted by Qin Luo tyrannical. Qin Luo didn't feel the slightest pain all over his body. Host, just now you used 1,000 points to raise your gravitational force to the full level, so your attraction to the world of One Piece is greatly deepened. F***K. Hearing that, it was Qin Luo's concentration, and couldn't help but burst into swearing. Advertisement. System, according to what you said, shouldn't I keep going down until the center of the Earth? No, host, you have not yet adapted to this gravitational force. This gravitational force can be retracted and swayed freely. If you control it carefully, you can easily use it. The system carefully explained word by word. Qin Luo listened with breathlessness. This is like how a newborn baby can walk. Of course, you need to learn to master it. After thinking for a while, Qin Luo sat in the deep, feeling the gravitation around him, especially the gravitation from the earth. Noon. The sun is shining brightly. A young man with dirty hair and broken hair crawled out of a big pit, breathing the fresh air around him. Qin Luo felt stable for the first time. In the world of One Piece, if there is no strength, that is cannon fodder. Fortunately, Qin Luo has strength at this moment. Boom. Suddenly, on the calm sea, a huge sea king suddenly jumped out. This sea king is tens of meters long, just like a football field. Universal pull. Qin Luo blinked, with his right hand claws, and called sea kings with one hand, as if taking a picture in the sky. The huge sea king suddenly widened his eyes, like a cannonball, rushing towards Qin Luo. Boom. The earth trembled. On a small island with only woods, a huge sea king 50 meters long, madly twisted its body in an attempt to escape. Advertisement. But sea kings are sea kings after all, leaving the water, they can't make any waves. Hey, there is lunch. Qin Luo grinned, showing a harmless smile. Universal pull is a name modified by Qin Luo after summarizing the full-scale gravity. The universal pull performed by Qin Luo is not comparable to the universal pull used by Pen Tiandao in Naruto. In addition, Qin Luo's universal pull can adjust the strength freely. To put it bluntly, even if he sucked the moon down, Qin Luo did not frown. Because his gravity is full. I just grabbed this sea kings, and it took only 100 gravitational strength to suck the sea kings ashore in the air. If facing a strong man like Akainu, Qin Luo will not hesitate to increase the strength by 10,000 and directly get rid of this guy. And Qin Luo's universal pull can be unlimited, without cooling time, and without any consumption skills. Strictly speaking, Qin Luo is already at the pinnacle of One Piece at this moment. This is the power of the system. Everything is not omnipotent, and the system is omnipotent. But this system still listens to the protagonist. In a word, Qin Luo at this time can dominate the pirate world in minutes. Dash 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 dash. It's the second one. Guicho collect flowers. Please give me a reward. No eunuch. Please rest assured, everyone. Guicho support. There are updates too. Seeking collection. Report. 0%. Chapter 3. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. But this system still listens to the protagonist. In a word, Qin Luo at this time can dominate the pirate world in minutes. With full gravity, this bug-like move is enough for Qin Luo to sweep the pirate world. Guru. Ma Dan, patronizing is excited, forgetting that I haven't eaten yet. Qin Luo touched his belly. This system made Qin Luo so satisfied that he forgot to be hungry. After 2 glances, the sea kings attracted by gravity just now was dead, lying motionless on the island, and the dense forest around the sea kings was also broken by its huge body. You will be my lunch. Soon, on the uninhabited island, smoke rose up. Qin Luo dismantled the dilapidated pirate boat and used the wooden planks as firewood to enjoy an open-air barbecue. In the air, there is a scent of fragrance, which is coveted. Only a little bit of seasoning is missing, but for Qin Luo who has been hungry for a few days, there is not so much attention to it. Eat with sea kings, which is the best delicacy in the world. The wind ate a quarter of the sea kings. Qin Luo lay on the side and burped. After raising his gravity to the full level, his appetite was amazing. He even ate a quarter of the sea kings in one meal. If you are in the real world, you will definitely become the world's #1 appetite. In this way, you can gain a firm foothold in pirate world, right? Qin Luo thought comfortably. Suddenly there were loud noises in the distant waters, and the water was blown up into the sky by the huge impact. Okay. Qin Luo frowned, straightened up, and then turned to look. I saw that 2 ships appeared on the calm sea. At the same time, they approached the desert island. A big wooden ship with a skull flag hung on its mast is a pirate ship. Advertisement. Behind the pirate ship is a warship with a blue seagull logo on its white sails, which is Marine's battleship. However, at this moment, the 2 ships are fighting fiercely, and a large number of shells and bullets are flying around each other, blowing up the sea with violent fluctuations. Staring at the 2 boats, Qin Luo's mouth was curved. Finally, I can leave this place where birds don't shit. If you have a boat, you can leave this calm belt. Boom. Suddenly, another sea kings rushed out of the water and aroused large splashes of water. Good chance. Qin Luo lifted his eyelids and took a picture with his right hand. Universal pull. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. The surrounding air suddenly stopped. The air seemed to be compressed, and the Sea Kings let out a miserable cry and was forcibly pulled by Qin Luo with his eyes wide open. Qin Luo gave a soft drink and stepped on Sea Kings. Although Sea Kings didn't know exactly what Qin Luo was going to do, the horrible gravity just now was displayed by the man in front of him, and Sea Kings was already determined to persuade him. Be obedient, or die. Qin Luo said indifferently. This Sea Kings opened his pupils, his eyes were full of fear. After struggling for a while, this Sea Kings chose to surrender. Not bad. Qin Luo smiled indifferently, and sure enough, this Sea Kings was able to understand his words well. Close to those two ships. Standing with his hand, Qin Luo pointed forward, while Sea Kings swam past silently. Advertisement. A boat with a tailwind will not take a ride for nothing. Moreover, there is food on board, which is the most important thing. In this way, 1 Sea Kings per person, slowly approaching Marine, the voice can be heard clearly. Shoot. Don't let them run away. First shift, speed up the shooting. On the deck of the Marine warship, a handsome-haired man was commanding the battle in an orderly manner. Soon, a Marine ran over yelling, "The limit is reached. Teacher Zephyr. Since it's the limit, then give me a hard hit." Zephyr looked calm, staring at the numerous pirates in the Lion Pirates group in front of him, with unspeakable disgust. Boom, boom, boom. The sound of a huge cannon came out, the fire blazed into the sky, and a cannonball slammed into the pirate group's boat, and the whole boat shook violently. Damn. These Marines. Shameless. Carl, are you ready for heavy artillery? Let their shit Marine also taste our cannonballs. The captain of the pirate group has already exploded at this moment, and everyone is riding on him. I'm shit on my head. Would you like to give them some color? How can we really be the Lion and Pirates? Ready. At this moment, a member of the pirate regiment hurriedly filled the shells. Okay. Shoot me. Blast through their warship. Suddenly, the two sides began a fierce exchange of fire. The calm belt, which was originally calm, was completely overwhelmed by the sound of artillery fire. Qin Luo controls the Sea Kings, slowly approaching the Marine battleship on the turbulent sea. Boom. A cannonball landed not far from Qin Luo, and a huge wave swept in. Qin Luo stepped on the Sea Kings, completely ignoring the artillery shells roaring in the air, passing through the flames and reaching the middle of the two ships. Advertisement. What is that? Sea Kings. Where? Damn, there really are Sea Kings, Captain. Look, there are people up there. Who? So scary. How does this man manipulate Sea Kings? Sea Kings is the overlord of the ocean. This person can actually step on Sea Kings and travel in the ocean. Does he not know how to write death words? What is this guy doing? Standing in the middle of the two ships, aren't you afraid of death? This kid is demon fruit power. Marine and the pirates slowed down, and the gunfire stopped briefly. All of them and the pirates showed different colors and looked at the young man in the middle of the two boats. What is this kid doing? Just when everyone is attentively trying to figure out which god tier Qin Luo is, as if facing the enemy, should he be vigilant? Suddenly, in the deep eyes of everyone, Qin Luo raised his hand harmlessly and said with a smile, "Hey, can we take a boat?" Puff. After a hello, both the pirate and Marine almost spewed out old blood. I thought it was a god tier, it turned out to be a joke. Report. 1%. Chapter 4. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. After a hello, both the pirate and Marine almost spewed out old blood. I thought it was a strong one, but it turned out to be a joke. Riding on Sea Kings to take a boat, this is the first time I have seen. Take me. Get a boat. This kid is kidding us. Damn. Didn't you see our Lion and pirates fighting with Marine? Carl, ignore this brat and continue bombarding the Marine battleship. But, just in case this kid gets bombarded. Damn. Mother-in-law, are you a pirate? If this kid is accidentally killed by us, it can only be said that this kid deserves bad luck. Yes, Captain. Ms. Zephyr, what should I do? Continue to bombard the pirates, catch them first. Yes. Boom. 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 Advertisement. Suddenly, the pirate regiment continued to bombard the Marine battleship, and the Marine battleship also rose to resist. The two armies once again blasted fiercely, and the flames skyrocketed. Damn. I was ignored. Qin Luo stood on the Sea Kings, his face covered in black lines. Is the sense of existence between him and Sea Kings so low in these people's eyes? He thought he could get on the boat just now, but he didn't expect that after the pirate and Marine discovered that Qin Luo was just taking a boat, they immediately ignored Qin Luo and fought frantically. People are fighting. Who cares whether you take a boat or not? Hey, can I take a boat? Qin Luo asked again in full anger, but was still ignored by these people. It looks like I have to do it myself again. Qin Luo is full of worries, choosing between the pirate and Marine. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Kill Marine. Although Marine is dressed in a righteous wind, sometimes he does evil things. Pirate. Most pirates are evil, but there are also good parts. Damn. That's it. After Qin Luo made the decision, he scratched his right hand empty and his expression was indifferent. Advertisement. Universal pull. This time the strength of gravity, Qin Luo has increased to 500. Boom. All members of the Scorched Lion Pirates group who were fighting against Marine shook suddenly. The pirate ship received a strong force and the deck suddenly cracked. All the members of the pirates and the people who were thrown overturned their horses, and even some pirates were caught off guard and overturned. Entering the sea, the pirate ship that was approaching the island suddenly accelerated. Due to its amazing speed and excessive gravity, the pirate ship had not yet reached Qin Luo's face. The pirate ship rang and fell apart, and the fragmented wooden planks were flying on the sea. What? Captain! Captain! Fight! Finished! Marine, who was standing on the Marine battleship, was originally in command of the battle. After seeing the pirate ship crashing, his pupils suddenly shrank and he was dumbfounded. Looking at the rotten pirate ship, his mouth opened wide and he couldn't close it in surprise. What's going on? All members of Marine, all stunned. The good-looking pirate ship, why did it fall apart? It was like being caught by some huge force, and then smashed to pieces with a punch. In addition to Marine's bewilderment, the lion and pirates are even more puzzled. His mother's good end is fighting against Marine. The hull is not hit by a shell, so why did it fall apart? The Marines are like headless flies, thinking about how the pirate ship collapsed. It's the young man. Advertisement. Suddenly, a full voice sounded. Marine followed the sound and found it was Teacher Zephyr. Ms. Zephyr, you mean, the breaking of the pirate ship is related to that man? A Marine with pointed ears couldn't help asking. Well, it is indeed the man. I only saw the man grabbing his right hand at the time, and the pirate ship accelerated until it fell apart. What? The pirate ship broke when he grabbed it with his right hand. Although Marine probably knew that it was a man who broke the pirate ship to pieces, he never expected that it would be so simple to grab. It was completely beyond his expectation. Catch and explode the pirate ship with one hand, so how terrifying is this person's strength? It must be demon fruit power. The man in front of him must be demon fruit power. Otherwise, how could he catch the pirate ship? Catch the pirate ship with his bare hands. This is the strength of Admiral. Fortunately, this young man caught the pirate ship. If this man caught our warship, I'm afraid. The Marines were also scared for a while, and some of the Marines were wondering if they had shot the gun just now, did it affect this young man when the gun was fired? If it spreads, I am afraid it will be a big trouble. Dash 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 dash. Report. 1%. Chapter 5. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The Marines were also scared for a while, and some of the Marines were wondering if they had shot the gun just now, did it affect this young man when the gun was fired? If it spreads, I am afraid it will be a big trouble. One blow, all wiped out. With this kind of power, which one is not the dominant one? After witnessing this scene, the Marines stared at the figure standing on the body of Sea Kings like a ghost, all silently. Just now they were fighting against the pirates, but in the next moment these pirates were wiped out by one person. Those pirates received a huge impact and fell into the sea. Some did not escape in time, and they were torn to pieces by the huge pulling force. The battle is over in an instant. This made the originally fierce sea become extremely silent. Zephyr, standing on the warship, stared at the harmless young man with a dull face, and his mood was very restless. Devil fruit. I really missed it just now. Zephyr murmured. Hey, now that the pirate was killed by me, can you take us a ride now, right? Advertisement. Qin Luo looked up at Zephyr and said lazily. After speaking, the Marines recovered from their shock and saw the wood and pirates floating on the sea, and they realized what had happened just now. The Marines said nothing, still staring at Qin Luo in shock. Ms. Zephyr, do you want him on the boat? Yeah, Teacher Zephyr, this person is terrifying. If he gets on the boat, what if we get revenge? A Marine who was in command of the battle just now had a cold sweat on his cheeks, a little guilty. If he refuses this person, will he sink the ship in a fit of anger? He has this kind of strength. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Another Marine, who analyzed calmly, looked gloomy. Seeing a group of fussed Marines, Qin Luo shook his head helplessly, and continued. Hey, let's not get on the boat and fart. On the warship, the purple-haired man in the lead remained calm, pondered the pros and cons, and nodded to Qin Luo. Locke, put down the rope ladder and let him get on the boat. The rest, go get me all the remnants of the pirates. Advertisement. Yes. When the Marines heard the order, they moved hurriedly, first lowered a ladder for Qin Luo, and then the remaining Marines went to catch the pirates. Qin Luo nodded and boarded the deck. Zephyr, commanding the warship, walked straight over and extended a hand towards Qin Luo. I am Zephyr from Naval Headquarters. Thank you so much just now. Qin Luo faced this familiar face, smiled, and said, nothing, just do it. After speaking, before Zephyr could speak, Qin Luo turned to Sea Kings who was swimming quietly in the sea and said, you can go now. After that, Sea Kings was silent for a moment and dived into the deep sea. This scene caused those Marines to blow up again. What? This young man is ordering this Sea Kings. Oh my god. What did I see today? Is this world crazy? It's over. It's over. I must be dead. Just now, the guilty-minded Marine's face became pig liver colored, and he shrank from the crowd in fear. After doing all this, Qin Luo turned around flatly and looked at Zephyr squarely. Advertisement. The current Zephyr is estimated to be only in his 40s. He is slightly different from the old man with seastone prosthetic limbs and sunglasses in his memory. His hands are still intact today. Thank you very much just now. If it weren't for you, we still don't know when we can catch these pirates. Zephyr is no effort to deal with ordinary pirates, but here is the calm belt. Those pirate ships are wooden and much lighter than Marines' warships, so it is very difficult to chase the pirates. Even Zephyr can only be far away. The artillery from far away could not get close to these pirates at all. However, at this anxious moment, Qin Luo shot, and the shot was so fierce. For Zephyr, who has the strength of Marine Admiral, the move just now is very impactful. Young man, where are you going? We will deliver you safely. The lions and pirates have been wiped out by the youth in front of them, and the ones that should be caught have already been caught, so Zephyr and the others have been free. It doesn't matter where you go, but don't be the calm belt. Chapter 6. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The lions and pirates have been wiped out by the youth in front of them, and the ones that should be caught have already been caught, so Zephyr and the others have been free. It doesn't matter where you go, but don't be the calm belt. As that's so, Zephyr couldn't help but look at Qin Luo more. Young man, how did you smash the pirate ship just now? Although Zephyr knew who made the shot, he didn't know the principle of the shot, and even how the pirate ship collapsed. Zephyr was a bit vague. Oh, just grab it casually, it's useless. Facing Zephyr's question, Qin Luo answered calmly and indifferently, as if it was as simple as eating and drinking. The Marines who stood around like wooden sticks almost stared at Qin Luo's casual and simple answer. A pirate ship can be caught and exploded by just grabbing it without using any force. Shouldn't it be so easy? This kid is bragging. Advertisement. Non-existent. They hadn't forgotten the scene just now. This man absolutely did not brag. That is to say, the man in front of him is truly a pinnacle powerhouse. Catch and explode the pirate ship with your bare hands, relaxing and relaxing. Even Zephyr, who is Admiral, does not have such a terrifying ability. Listening to Qin Luo's answer, Zephyr's face slowly became full of surprise, and the look in Qin Luo's eyes became more curious. Young man, can you tell me how you caught it? How to catch it? How can I catch it? My right hand became claws, and the pirate ship collapsed. Qin Luo was extremely speechless when facing Zephyr's inquiry. Would you like to ask such a demented question? Now Qin Luo regrets that he has killed the pirate ship. If he killed the Marine warship at that time, there would definitely not be so many problems. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. A simple catch. Although Zephyr was mentally prepared, he couldn't help but marvel after hearing Qin Luo's simple answer. When Zephyr still wanted to chase deeply, Qin Luo's expression was a bit cold, and Zephyr clearly noticed that Qin Luo was a little impatient, and he swallowed the words that reached his mouth, and gave up to continue asking. Young man, am I sending you home, or? Zephyr was puzzled, pushed his glasses and asked Qin Luo. Go home. Qin Luo said with a wry smile. My hometown is very far away. With your strength, you have not yet entered my hometown. Qin Luo answered truthfully. His hometown is on the earth. How did Zephyr send him home? So this thing can't be done at all. Advertisement. However, with this sentence, Zephyr frowned a little. What is so powerful? Can't Admiral's strength get in? Zephyr took a deep look at Qin Luo. He didn't feel that Qin Luo was lying. As a former Marine admiral, he had read countless people. If Qin Luo lied, he would notice it clearly. And Qin Luo spoke just now, he didn't notice any abnormality. On the contrary, he also felt a faint sorrow from Qin Luo, which was a feeling of homesickness. Therefore, Zephyr concluded that Qin Luo did not lie. This person is less than 20 years old, but has the strength of admiral. This is definitely not a strong person who can come out of a small village. There must be a strong family behind this person. Then, how terrible is the family behind him? Could there be a mysterious and terrifying family hidden in this world? Why don't I have the slightest clue? There was a light reflected in Zephyr's glasses, and the whole person became dignified. Where are you going next? Zephyr asked meaningfully. No decision, at will. Whatever. Zephyr's eyes lit up. In other words, you don't have a place to stay. Yes, it is. Qin Luo nodded without comment. Afterwards, Zephyr focused his gaze on Qin Luo. His eyes were full of energy, and the former Marine admiral solemnly reached out to Qin Luo. Advertisement. Young man, how about joining us Marine? I promise. I will definitely give you a lieutenant general. What? Lieutenant general? What happened to Teacher Zephyr? I became a lieutenant the first time first became a Marine. This seems unprecedented in Marine history, right? Does Teacher Zephyr set a precedent? Lieutenant general is so easy to give. It should not be so easy. Although it is not that simple, but Teacher Zephyr has promised. That is enough. Teacher Zephyr's attitude. This man is really happy. Quickly agree. Teacher Zephyr has promised this way. Are you still not satisfied? Faced with all kinds of envy, yearning, and jealous eyes. Qin Luo waved his hand faintly, and refused. Sorry, I don't have any thoughts on this yet. Dash 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 dash. Second. One more. It is estimated that it will be early in the morning. Report. 1%. Chapter 7. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Faced with all kinds of envy, yearning, and jealous eyes. Qin Luo waved his hand faintly, and refused. Sorry, I don't have any thoughts on this yet. Hug. Sorry. What? He was saying sorry. I heard that right. He declined Teacher Zephyr's invitation. Oh my god. Such a great opportunity. If it could be given to me. OMG. How could there be such a person? Puff. A Marine Major General. After hearing Qin Luo's refusal, he almost sprayed out a mouthful of old blood. He worked so hard to apply for several Lieutenant General requirements, but they were all rejected by Naval Headquarters. And the man in front of him can become a Lieutenant General without doing anything, but this young man refused. This little Marine is filled with his face at this moment, and he is bitter. No idea about this. It was Zephyr's mature and sophisticated, his face became slightly more subtle at this moment, revealing an awkward look. This was the first time that, in front of all Marine and his students, he was rejected by a young man under the gaze of countless gazes. Advertisement. Moreover, this is the position that countless Marines have been fighting for. However, such an important position that countless Marines admired was rejected by the youth in front of him. Zephyr was never expected. This Lieutenant General can't even move Qin Luo. Does this kid dislike the position being too low? That way. Zephyr gritted his teeth and replied. You join Marine, first become a Lieutenant General, and then I'm working on it. Can you be promoted to Admiral within a few months? The black wrist Zephyr showed his wooing technique. In Zephyr's opinion, the young man in front of him rejected him, he must be disgusted with his low position. Thinking about it this way, a young man under 20 has the strength of Admiral, and behind this young man there is a tyrannical family. 80 to 90% of this young man is forged by the family. The elder brother of the family is the next generation trainer of the family. And this family is so mysterious. I want to be very clear about this pirate world, and the status of the youth in the family is certainly not low. And let a young man with admiral strength and strong backing become a Marine Lieutenant General, this is indeed a bit unreasonable. Admiral. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Qin Luo raised his head, a trace of interest in his eyes. Zephyr was keenly aware of the changes in Qin Luo, and hurriedly said, yes. Marine Admiral. Garp has always refused to be Marine Admiral. This time, according to Garp's character, he should still refuse to be Admiral, so let you be Admiral. How? The Marines around had not recovered from the shock, and were shocked by Zephyr's promise again. Big. Admiral. After a while, will you be promoted to Admiral? Advertisement. It's so easy for a young man to become Admiral. Tell me, am I dreaming? Did I hear it wrong? A lot of Marines are in a daze, and Teacher Zephyr's eagerness to seek talents is too serious. This promises a young man to become Marine Admiral. When is Marine Admiral so worthless? Ms. Zephyr, are you serious? A Colonel Marine couldn't help but be surprised and asked. Zephyr heard this and turned his head and said, "Do you think I am joking?" Facing Zephyr's solemn face, the Marine opened his mouth, unable to speak. "Sorry, I still can't promise you." Chin Luo pondered for a while, but in front of everyone, he refused Zephyr. Why? Zephyr can't figure out Chin Luo, such a seductive military rank, still can't touch Chin Luo. So what is this kid thinking in his mind? Is it possible that he wants to be the Marshal of Naval Headquarters? Advertisement. What rank do you want? Zephyr couldn't think of anything he could promise, so he could only ask Chin Luo. Military rank. Sorry, Zephyr, you may have misunderstood me. I rejected you not because of my low rank, but because of my own reasons. My own reason? What's the reason? Zephyr frowned. I am already lazy, so I am not interested in being a Marine. I like to be free and not tied to Marine. As that's so. Zephyr showed a pity. Chin Luo said so, and Zephyr was already very clear. The man in front of him couldn't win him. How can Jinline be a thing in the pool? This kid, his future achievements are not easy. Hope you don't become the enemy of Marine, pirate. Zephyr was a little bit decadent and waved to dismiss the surrounding Marines. Chin Luo also entered the warship under the leadership of Zephyr and slept happily. Feel. A few days later, Zephyr's warship reached the Chambord Islands. Report. 1%. Chapter 8. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. A few days later, Zephyr's warship reached the Chambord Islands. Zephyr sat alone in the captain's room and dialed the phone worm. He wanted to report this to him this time. After all, a person in his 20s with the strength of Admiral made Zephyr a little uneasy. What is it, Zephyr? What's the matter? Marin Fandor's naval headquarters, the current Marine Marshal Gang Duan sitting in the office, asked with a cigar in his mouth. Marshal, our warship encountered the Lion Pirates. After that, we went to war with the Lion Pirates and we have captured the members of the Lion Pirates. As that's so. Very good. I ordered the Lion Pirates at the meeting just now. I didn't expect that in just a few days, they would encounter you and be caught by you. That's not bad. Listening to Gangukong's praise, Zephyr was a little embarrassed. Advertisement. Sora, I have an important thing to report to you. There was a calm flash in Zephyr's glasses. Important thing? What's the matter? Gangukong also fell silent. Zephyr would normally call him the Marshal, and only when answering important things would he change his name to Kong. Gangukong knew exactly what this meant. What? So, Gangu changed the lazy attitude just now, and a sense of earnestness and spirit emerged in the whole person. We are not the one who annihilated the Lion Pirates. Zephyr paused for a while before speaking. Oh, not you. Gangukong was puzzled, waiting for Zephyr to continue. Yes, the one who destroyed the Lion Pirates was a young man who was less than 20 years old. At that time, our army was fighting with the Lion's pirates with all their strength. Zephyr told the story again. When it comes to Chin. After Luo killed the lion and pirates by himself, even the steel bones that had always been calm couldn't help but be surprised. Catch and explode the pirate ship with your bare hands. To destroy the Lion Pirates so casually, I'm afraid to have the power of Admiral, isn't it demon fruit power? Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Compared to Marine, the steel-bonded hollow is relatively calm and mature. It is conservatively estimated that this person has Admiral strength, but the ability is unknown. As for whether it is demon fruit power, I have been investigating these days and have not gained anything. However, this young man himself said that he is not a capable person. Not a capable person. That is to say, he used himself to catch the pirate ship. Gangukong showed an incredible expression. This is impossible. Is he lying? Advertisement. Regarding Zephyr's answer, it is still difficult to accept the steel bones. At the age of 20, he has Admiral strength and is not yet demon fruit power. How can there be such an enchanting genius? At the beginning I suspected, but this young man didn't have the slightest flaw. I guess he didn't lie. Gangukong clearly knew Zephyr's keen insight ability, so he believed Zephyr. Didn't you lie? That's a bit tricky. Gangukong squeezed out the cigar that was about to finish smoking, his face became serious. If Chin Luo is a demon fruit power, Sora is a bit shocked, but it is still within the acceptable range, because this person has risen from the power of devil fruit, and Marine can also clearly grasp which power it is, and demon fruit power is afraid of the sea and sea stone. This is the weakness of demon fruit power and the place where Marine breaks through. Therefore, even if this kid makes a sensation in the pirate world in the future, Steelbone Kong has a way to suppress it. But for Chin Luo, who is not demon fruit power, but also possesses the power of Admiral, the Steelbone Kong has an anxious look for the first time. Zephyr, find a way to keep this young man at all costs. We must let this young man join us Marine. If he becomes a pirate, there will be endless troubles. Gengukong meditated for a while, and replied categorically with a strong tone. Hee hee. Zephyr smiled helplessly when he saw the phone worm that was almost roaring. What's the matter? This young man refused. Gengukong thought of something instantly based on Zephyr's wry smile and his previous behavior. Well, I refused. Advertisement. As the position given to him too low. Gengukong hurriedly asked, if it doesn't work, let him be promoted directly to Lieutenant General. Nor will the lieutenant. Zephyr still smiled bitterly. The Lieutenant General is not good, then promote him to Admiral. Gangbone gritted his teeth, his face a little harder to look. Hey, I promised Admiral, but he still refused. Boom. Gangukong slammed a fist on the table, directly hitting a fist mark. I don't know how to promote, neither is the Lieutenant General, nor is Admiral, does he want me as a Marshal? The steel-boned air burst out violently, not restraining the anger in my heart. Guicho collects flowers. There are 3 to 4 changes today, so I beg for collection. Guicho flowers. Flower collection is very important to the author. Guicho everything. Chapter 9. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Gangukong slammed a fist on the table, directly hitting a fist mark. I don't know how to promote, neither is the Lieutenant General, nor is Admiral, does he want me as a Marshal? The steel-boned air burst out violently, not restraining the anger in my heart. Indeed, a young man with the strength of Admiral is so arrogant that even Marine Admiral is not eye-catching. This is indeed a bit impatient. Even if it is steel-boned, it is one step at a time, and he steadily becomes Marine Marshal. It can be said that Marine's conditions in this regard are already extremely high, but this young man still refuses. Gangukong thinks that Chin Luo is very arrogant. Empty. It's not what you think. Zephyr took a deep breath and said, he told me that he didn't want to be bound by the system in Marine. He likes freedom. He likes to be unrestrained. In other words, he doesn't like being Marine Admiral. Interest. What? This explanation made Gangukong a little surprised, but it was not what he thought. It's not that the position is given low, but that this young man doesn't like to be restrained. Then you continue to open the conditions, just say that letting him be Marine Admiral is just a name, unless it is a critical moment, when Naval Headquarters is recalled, he must come back, and the rest of the time, he can freely control it. Gangukong retreated. In one step, it opened a condition that countless Marines dream of. Advertisement. I have said everything that can be said. At the beginning, he only replied to me. He didn't like being dominated by power, and he didn't want to be a puppet of power, nothing more. As that's so, the invisible anger in the hollow steel bone slowly annihilated, and finally sat back on the chair decadently. This little guy is pretty smart. Steel-boned empty fingers knocked on the table, and couldn't help but become interested in this young man. He had already seen through the rules of this world at a young age, and it was really not easy. Then entertain him. Since it can't be used by my Marine, then it's best to be a friend, at least, don't let him be our Marine's enemy. Well, I think so too. Zephyr nodded with a smile when he heard the words. It was the first time that he saw Steel Bones empty and angry. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. However, this is not what I told you. Oh, is there anything else to report? Gangukong frowned. The young man we just mentioned has a strong backer behind him. I wanted to send him home. He said that with my strength, he has not yet qualified to enter his hometown. Even me, who has the strength of Admiral, cannot where he enters. How terrifying is his hometown? In other words, how terrifying is the family behind him? Family. Advertisement. The word slowly spit out from the empty mouth of Steel Bones, and for the first time he showed an unprecedented dignity. If a young admiral is easy to deal with, if there is an invincible family behind this young admiral, then this matter is already extremely tricky. Up. How much background does the invincible family behind this young man have? What do they hide in the pirate world? When they are born, what kind of waves will it cause in this pirate world? All of this is unknown to the Steel. However, this is definitely a major hidden danger. I'll give an order first. All Marines, don't provoke this young man. Steel Bones reviewed the situation and made a major decision. Zephyr, what you said to me must never be told to anyone. Also, the secrets of this young man must be investigated for me. The most important thing is to dig out the family behind this young man. This world can't allow such a heaven-defying family to exist. Yes. Zephyr nodded heavily. The way of hollowing out steel bones was within his expectation. Before Qin Luo can be found, he can only comfort him first, and send investigators to secretly explore Qin Luo's life experience. Advertisement. After Naval Headquarters has mastered the family information behind Qin Luo, then Naval Headquarters will have a bottom line. When the time comes, it will be much easier to deal with. You can draw as much as you can, and if you can't draw successfully, you must never be an enemy with it. The steel-bonded open mouth decisively indicated Qin Luo's status in their hearts. A few days later, Naval Headquarters held an emergency meeting in secret, and photos of Qin Luo spread wildly in Naval Headquarters. The Marshal of Naval Headquarters made a big decision. All Marines, don't provoke Qin Luo. Violators, drive out of Naval Headquarters. And be chased by Naval Headquarters indefinitely. Dash 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 dash. Second update. Guicho collect flowers. He. The author is working hard. There are 1 or 2 more changes, not sure yet. Please collect and ask for flowers. Please give me a reward. The flower collection is awesome. The author's vomiting blood will explode even more. Guichi everything. Chapter 10. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The Marshal of Naval Headquarters made a big decision. All Marines, don't provoke Qin Luo. Violators, drive out of Naval Headquarters. And be chased by Naval Headquarters indefinitely. This command issued by Marshal Gang Gukong quickly swept across Naval Headquarters, and Qin Luo's indifferent photos were also widely circulated in Marine. Hey, have you seen the order issued by the Marshal? Naval Headquarters, a Marine who was patrolling said to another Marine. Of course. How could I not be clear about such a sensational thing about Malin Vander? Then do you know who this Qin Luo is? Can the Marshal take this seriously? How do I know? Is it celestial dragons? No. Won't celestial dragons always add a sacred character? To reflect his extraordinariness. There is no sacred character in this man's name. Advertisement. That's true. Then who is he? I heard that Qin Luo's identity is extremely mysterious, even the Marshal is afraid of 3 points. Shish. Talking like this does not stop at Naval Headquarters. In the end, Marine even spread that Qin Luo was the illegitimate son of Marshal Gangukong. The news got into the hollow ears, and he almost vomited blood when he was angry. The master of this incident was eating lunch leisurely on Zephyr's warship at this moment, very comfortable, and he didn't know what was happening outside. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Qin Luo. With a cry, Qin Luo turned his head and saw Zephyr walking towards him with a smile on his face. What's the matter, Uncle Zephyr? Qin Luo spent a few days with Zephyr and found that this Zephyr is very approachable, so he unconstrained to call Zephyr an uncle. However, as a foodie, he did not put down the delicious food in his hand, but ate while eating. While looking at Zephyr. The Chambordian Islands are here, our warship is going to rest here, supply it, and by the way hand over the captured pirates to the Marine branch. You won't stay on this warship for a few days, right? Pipe. Advertisement. Has the Chambord Islands arrived? Qin Luo squinted and finally got out of the calm belt where the birds do not shit. Although the Chambord Islands are not very safe, they are always countless times better than the deserted island, even in Shampoo. Land islands, if you are lucky, you can still witness the beauty of a mermaid. Yes, now you are in the Chambord Islands. If you want to go out and take a look at the scenery, I can give you some pele. Although not much, it is enough for you to travel around in the Chambord Islands. Zephyr smiled friendly. There is no way. Gangukong is so close to Qin Luo, he can't be behind Zephyr, can't he? It is good. To Zephyr's expectation, Qin Luo happily agreed this time. After that, Zephyr gave Qin Luo 8,000 Baileys. While talking, the warship has entered the port of Marine Base. The Chambordian Islands, also known as Soap Bubble Islands, are located in front of the Red Earth continent in the middle of the Grand Line. It is the meeting point of the 7 air routes in front of the Red Earth continent and one of the entrances of the 2 roads into the New World. This is an important maritime transportation hub, and it is not surprising that Marine has set up a base here. As it is the only way to New World, so many pirates, merchants and bounty hunters gathered here. Most importantly, there are world nobles living in the Chambord Islands, also known as celestial dragons. They are the descendants of the 20 kings who established the huge organization, world government, 800 years ago. In order not to breathe the same air as ordinary people, always wear a mask. If someone dares to hurt celestial dragons, Admiral of Headquarters will lead an army to crusade. Therefore, celestial dragons are injured on this island and even in New World. The biggest news. Advertisement. Didn't Luffy beat celestial dragons violently in the Chambord Islands, causing some of their partners to be broken up by Marine Admiral? But all this will happen in the future. Shin Luo understands how dangerous the Chambordian Islands are. At this moment, it doesn't matter to Shin Luo. With the 8,000 Baileys given to him by Zephyr, Shin Luo calmly walked out of the marine base. During this period, countless Marines cast their shocked eyes, and Shin Luo felt awe and fear in their eyes. This made Shin Luo a little puzzled, but he didn't ask, so he stepped into the Chambord Islands. Dash 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 dash. This is the third one. Guicho everyone to collect and throw flowers. Your support is my biggest motivation. There is one more change, it should be after wee hours, but I won't owe it. Continue to beg for a wave of support. Chapter 11. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. During this period, countless Marines cast their shocked eyes, and Shin Luo felt awe and fear in their eyes. This made Shin Luo a little puzzled, but he didn't ask, so he stepped into the Chambord Islands. For the Chambord Islands, Shin Luo still knows better. The whole island is composed of 79 trees, all with numbers. Each tree has towns and facilities. People call these 79 islands the Chambord Islands. The regional division here is also very clear. No. 1 to 29. There are mainly human trafficking shops, human auctions, illegal areas, etc. Number 30 to number 39. There are mainly soap bubble parks and so on. Number 40 to 49. Mainly include tourist areas, specialty shops, etc. Numbers 50 to 59. Mainly include shipyards, coating artisans, etc. Number 60 to 69. Mainly marine station, government entrance and exit, etc. Advertisement. Number 70 to number 79. There are mainly hotel streets and so on. And the place where Shin Luo came out just now was the 69th. In order to let Shin Luo play well, Zephyr also carefully asked Bastille to act as a tour guide for Shin Luo, which saved Shin Luo a lot of trouble. Mr. Shin Luo, this is the shipyard, the area of coating artisans. If you want to enter the New World, there are two roads. One is through the Red Soil continent and passes through the Holy Land Mary Geoise. However, the Holy Land Mary Geoise is the core of the world government. It is almost impossible for a thief to use this method to enter the New World. Even if it is not a pirate, it takes a lot of time for Marine to enter the New World by this method. The other way left is in the Chambord Islands. The boat will be coated with Archie mangrove resin, and then dive 10,000 meters from here, go through a huge hole located under the Red Continent, and go through the submarine route, the Fishmen Island to reach the New World. But it is dangerous, listen to them, only 30% of the people who have successfully reached the New World report. Bastille is adding knowledge to Shin Luo, but for Shin Luo, this has already been memorized by heart. The Coping nodded, and under the leadership of Bastille, the two quickly visited most of the Chambord Islands. At this time, the Chambord archipelago was not so lively and not so chaotic. The entertainment facilities here were not very complete, and there were few places to play. Suddenly, a stack of newspapers fell from the sky, and it happened to fall on Shin Luo's head. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Shin Luo took advantage of the situation and saw an interesting and shocking news. The Roger pirates log on to the Chambordian Islands, and the three big pirates will gather in New World. Below this news, there was a man in a black hat grinning. This is the One Piece in the future, Gall D. Roger. Advertisement. Oh, yes, is Roger also in the Chambord Islands? Thinking of the legendary pirate on this island, Shin Luo felt a hint of excitement. Don't be too happy, it's just a rumor. Bastille quickly poured cold water. It was just someone who witnessed the suspected Golden Jack ship coming to the Chambord Islands. As for whether it was chasing after the wind, it is still unknown. Quote. As that's so. Shin Luo nodded, then opened the newspaper again. Just in time, Shin Luo saw a photo of himself. When this indifferent and handsome face appeared in front of Shin Luo's eyes, he was taken aback. What? At the same time, Shin Luo also let out a doubt. Why is my picture on this? Shin Luo first asked the Bastille next to him, but Bastille glanced at Shin Luo with a monster-like gaze, and at the same time showed a meaningful smile, which seemed to say, "What are you kidding me?" Don't you? Pretending to be a brother, you are the illegitimate son of Marshal Gangu Kong. It has been spread throughout naval headquarters, and you can't hide it. Qin Luo became more confused about the weird smile on Bastille, and then continued to look at the headline above the selfie. It is suspected that the illegitimate son of Marshal Naval Headquarters Ganggukong, the truth is unknown, but Marshal Naval Headquarters Ganggukong has already issued an order that no Marine can provoke Qin Luo, otherwise he will be expelled from Naval Headquarters and be chased by Marine indefinitely. Then this kid named Qin Luo is probably the illegitimate child of Ganggukong. Looking at such a long string of dense black fonts, Qin Luo's face is full of black lines. What's so special about me has become the illegitimate child of Ganggukong? Advertisement. Qin Luo endured the urge to squirt blood and looked through it carefully, and finally found from the photo that this was after he had lunch yesterday. Zephyr was the only one present at the time. Damn. This old man with purple hair is not authentic, he secretly took pictures of me while I was eating. Qin Luo put the newspaper away, and he probably had a thought in his heart. It should be the day of the shot that shocked Zephyr, so he reported to Marine headquarters that Zephyr used such a seductive means to draw me in. He wanted me to enter Marine to avoid becoming an enemy in the future, but I refused at the time. So they, Marine, showed a good attitude with me. Haha, this steel frame is empty, it's quite good at doing things. After a simple analysis, Qin Luo has already figured out a general idea. He now understands why when he came out of the Marine base, those Marines looked at him with fear, envy, and shock. All these weird phenomena can now be explained. Dash 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 dash. Yesterday's fourth update. I added a chapter because of the flowers and collection, but due to my own reasons, I only upload it now. Sorry, there are 3 more updates today. Guicho collect flowers and give a reward for support. The book has been signed. No eunuch. Please rest assured to watch. Chapter 12. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. After a simple analysis, Qin Luo has already figured out a general idea. He now understands why when he came out of the Marine base, those Marines looked at him with fear, envy, and shock. All these weird phenomena can now be explained. It turned out that all of this was ordered by the Naval Headquarters. Qin Luo is still in this newspaper and understands the current era. Haiyuan calendar year 1495. This means that the era of great pirates has not yet begun. In this period, there were 3 great pirates. The flying pirates of the Golden Lion Shiki. The Whitebeard pirates of Edward Newgate. The last one is the Roger pirates. These 3 pirate groups are basically the strongest. Yamato has a reputation in the pirate world, and even Marine is quite a headache. Advertisement. Unexpectedly, he had traveled to the time when the legendary big pirates were rising. Let's go. Qin Luo waved his hand and continued to roam the Chambord Islands. And unknowingly, the 2 of them also played from the 60-odd area to the 10-odd area. This area is a lawless zone with a large number of criminals and pirates in a chaotic area. Qin Luo walked into a gorgeously decorated bar casually. The bar was very lively, there were many men holding large glasses, pouring the drinks into the mouth boldly, and talking rudely. Behind the bar, the boss is wiping the crystal glass, and the young waiter is busy delivering wine. The bar is very large and crowded, with all kinds of people, and the sound is extremely noisy. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Master Bruce, can you give me some nice words in front of the Tianlongren? I have a good girl here. I guarantee your satisfaction, my lord. In a brightly lit place, a man arrogantly on the chair, under the man's ass, there is still a white silk scarf. His face is shining with discomfort, and he glares at the rude pirates around him from time to time, with unspeakable contempt in his eyes. And despise. And beside this man, stood a young man with short hair. This young man respectfully nodded and bowed to the man, to please the man in front of him. Well, as long as you let me play well, I will say a few words for you in front of Lord Charmako. Thank you, my lord. I'm satisfied with this sentence from my lord. The short-haired young man trembling with excitement, he hurriedly waved back. Then, a red-haired girl who was exposed, slender, picky, and charming, walked from the crowd to the cloth. In front of Lutz, stood with the short-haired youth. Advertisement. Master Bruce. This is what I prepared carefully for you. Are you still satisfied? The short-haired youth hurriedly knelt down and asked Tien. Well, not bad. Ha ha ha. Ike, do you know my taste well? After seeing the redhead, the man named Bruce revealed undisguised lewdness and evil spirits in his eyes, and his right hand unavoidably embraced the redhead in his arms. Oh, My lord is so hard. The redhead twisted and moved weakly, and lay Suruan in Bruce's arms, touching her hands indiscriminately during her tenure. Ha ha ha. Come on, little girl. Have a drink with your master. Bruce was very arrogant with the beautiful girl in his arms. The short-haired youth on the side also kept laughing. Suddenly, a scarred man who was also drinking in the bar passed through the crowd and walked in front of Bruce. He smiled playfully. Hey, our boss has a crush on this chick. Kid, if you are interested, please turn this chick in. Come out. Otherwise, don't blame our axe pirates for destroying you. Nani. Bruce was playing with excitement, and was suddenly stopped by the man in front of him, which was really disappointing. Grown-ups. And at this moment, the beautiful girl lying in Bruce's arms also showed a look of fear, and she buried her body in Bruce's arms, weak and charming. Advertisement. It's okay, I still don't believe it. In this Chambordian Islands, except for the Lord Tianlong. Who can move me? Bruce was not afraid at all. He held the redhead tightly with his big hands, and then a wave of disgust and anger burst into his eyes, and he glared at the scar man in front of him and said, What are you axe pirates? Your captain call me over. If he doesn't give his father today, I will make up for it. I don't even know his mother. You asked me to call me. Why? Just rely on your 5 big and 3 thick body. Or is it your ugly face? The scar man held Huns in his hands and said playfully. Presumptuous. Dare to openly resist the Tianlongren steward. Do you believe that labor and capital will kill you now? Bruce was furious, and pushed away the delicate girl in his arms, his eyes were raging. What? Hearing the words, the scarred man's face suddenly changed from playfulness, and then he was completely occupied by horror. Heaven. Tianlongren. Butler. Dash 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 dash. This is the first update today. Guicho collect flowers. Hey, there are so few collections. There are so few flowers. There are 2 more changes, not less. Will not be in arrears. I beg everyone to vote for me. I'm going to burst more. Guicho. Chapter 13. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Hearing the words, the scarred man's face suddenly changed from playfulness, and then he was completely occupied by horror. Heaven. Tianlongren. Butler. Humph. Bruce saw the scared man's expression of horror, and he felt a sense of satisfaction. Then he stood with his hand and stared at the scar man indifferently. Dare to offend me, aren't you afraid to offend the anger of the celestial dragon? Quote. Scar's mouth trembled. How did he know that he had encountered a hard stubble today and even offended a Tianlong steward? Offending the Tianlongren steward would be equivalent to indirectly offending the Tianlongren. It depends on the owner to beat the dog. If you offend the Tianlongren, then they will not be able to escape the pursuit of naval headquarters, especially they are still in the Chambordian Islands at this distance. The Marine branch base is very close to the Holy Land Mary Geois. Even if he gave Scar Man 10,000 courage, he would not dare to provoke the celestial dragon in such a place. What the Tianlongren means, this scarred man is clear in his heart, and his face pales in fright at the moment. Master. This master. I didn't know Taishan just now, can I? Advertisement. Go away. Don't talk nonsense with me, ask your captain to kneel and see me. Scar man stood in place extremely suffocated, saying nothing, trembling all over. All the people in the bar suddenly stopped talking, and countless gazes looking at Bruce were surprised. Chin Luo and Bastille also walked into the bar quietly, found a place, sat down and ordered 2 drinks, watching the excitement. Some pirates are fortunate that they did not offend Bruce, otherwise, they will not be able to eat. Although this is a lawless zone and they are also pirates, it does not mean that they can be lawless here. The dragons are still their existence that dare not anger. Of course, although the steward of the dragons does not have the dignity of the dragons, they cannot easily provoke them. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. If you provoke an ordinary dragonite casually, it will attract naval headquarters to hunt down. This kind of stupid thing, their pirates don't know how to do it. Rocco, it's so difficult to ask you to get a girl. Why? That kid doesn't agree. Suddenly, during this weird period, a big man with a height of 2 meters, a beard and thick eyebrows stood in front of the crowd. Axe's mark was engraved on Hun's mouth, which was obviously from the Axe pirates. Big brother. Advertisement. When Scar Man saw the figure squeezing from the crowd, he immediately said with excitement, Big brother, he wants you to kneel down. With that, Scarman pointed at Bruce. Huh, you want me to kneel? The captain of the Axe pirate group was condescending, crushed by a tyrannical aura. Bruce was shocked and his complexion changed, but he quickly recovered. Yes, Lord let you kneel down. Do you dare to agree? Oh. The captain of the Axe Pirates group stared at the beam-jumping clown in front of him in surprise, and then laughed loudly. Ha ha ha. A little baby actually made me kneel down. Do you know that this head of the master is worth it? How much is it? You let the Lord kneel down. Even if I dare to kneel, will you dare to take it? The captain of the Axe Pirates group was aggressive, and his eyes were as sharp as a sword. Bruce was scared to move directly away from the chair. Ha ha. Exactly. Our captain's head is worth 75 million Baileys. You are a kid. I want to take our captain's head. It's really laughing at me. Soon, a large group of people emerged from the corner, each with axe marks tattooed on their bodies, and they were obviously crew members of the Axe Pirate group. Humph. Bruce's face was red with humiliation, and he jumped up and shouted, I am the steward of the Dragonite. Your Axe and Pirate group, even disrespectful to me, are you not afraid of being chased by Marine? Advertisement. Huh. What did you say? The captain of the Axe Pirate group suddenly stopped smiling, showing a stern face. Humph. Bruce glanced at him, thinking that his fame had scared the captain. He raised his head proudly and shouted, I am the steward of celestial dragons, who collect treasures for Lord Tianlong. You dare to offend me? Ha 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 ha. After hearing Bruce speak, the captain of the Axe Pirate group smiled more cheerfully. You said you are the steward of the celestial dragon, you are the steward of the celestial dragon. I also said that I am the celestial. Why? See the celestial dragon. Sir, do you dare to kneel down? The Axe Pirates obviously felt that this kid was fooling himself, so he didn't ridicule him anymore. You. Bruce was a little stunned with anger, and immediately pulled out 2 large boxes, slammed them open, revealing the golden treasure inside. Dash 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 dash. This is the second update today. One more. Guicho collect flowers for a reward. Guicho everything. Chapter 14. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The Axe Pirates obviously felt that this kid was fooling himself, so he didn't ridicule him anymore. Bruce was a little embarrassed with anger, and immediately pulled out 2 large boxes, revealing the gleaming treasures inside under the eyes of everyone. Asshole pirates. Open your dog's eyes and take a good look. I searched for these treasures from all over the world. This is a treasure for Lord Denon. The treasure is here. Don't you believe me? Is it the steward of the Tianlong people? Bruce arrogantly stared at everyone present, not paying attention to everyone here. The captain of the Axe Pirate group was taken aback, staring at the golden treasure in the box, and suddenly his eyes flashed golden light. He had never seen these treasures in his entire life. What? So many darlings. Could it be that he is really the steward of the heavenly dragon? I don't know. But so many babies. It's estimated to be worth more than 1 billion Baileys. Everyone present was stunned, with greedy eyes gleaming in their pupils. Even the redhead, with a stunned look, stood beside Bruce. After Qin Luo saw so many treasures, an idea came to mind. Look at it. The treasure chest has the engraving of the hoof of the heavenly dragon. What? Advertisement. Really? How can there be an engraving of the hoof of the sky dragon on this treasure chest? None of these pirates is unclear about what the engraving of the hoof of the Tianxiang dragon means. This is the noble heavenly dragon lord, to avoid being snatched by you pirates who do not have long eyes, and deliberately engraving on the treasure chest. You now. Don't you believe that I am the heavenly dragon steward? Bruce was very happy. Especially the captain of the Axe Pirate group, his face is extremely distorted, the whole person is at a loss. This makes Bruce very happy. Kneel down. Bruce suddenly drank, and the captain of the Axe Pirate group trembled, his eyes bursting with suffocated flames. Have you heard? Master Bruce told you to kneel down. If you don't kneel down, don't all of you want to leave the Chambord Islands alive? Don't kneel down yet. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Bruce's lackeys all around also jumped out and roared wildly. I am kneeling. The captain of the Axe Pirates roared angrily, then lowered his head and knelt in front of Bruce. Boom. Bruce kicked the captain of the Axe Pirates in the face. Advertisement. The violent impact directly kicked the captain of the Axe Pirates to the ground, and the red cheeks of the Axe Pirates captain stuck to the icy floor. After that, Bruce stepped on the head of the Axe Pirates captain with contempt. Extremely arrogant and domineering. You're pretending to be coerced with labor and capital. Didn't you say that you are a Tianlongren? How can you still be afraid of me as the steward of the Tianlongren? Bruce's words were full of irony, punching and kicking the captain of the pirate group. All the members of the Axe Pirates on the side were extremely ashamed and angry. Their captain was beaten. That was the biggest insult to their Axe Pirates. All members burst into flames, but no one dared to step forward. Step. Captain. Captain. The face of the captain of the Axe Pirate group kneeling on the ground changed from iron blue to purple, his fingers grasping the ground, and his whole body trembling. Aggrieved. Anger. An unspeakable shame kept burning in the captain's heart. Waste. Seeing that the captain was so useless, Bruce suddenly cursed out of his breath. You pirates are a bunch of rubbish. Humph. Dare to be presumptuous in the Chambord Islands, you really regard you as the masters of this world. What shit Gall D. Roger. What shit Whitebeard. They are in front of the Dracos, they are simply not as good as a fart. As soon as the words came out, the pirates around immediately gritted their teeth, wishing to smash the shit Tianlong steward in front of him. But think about the Dragonites behind Bruce, their thoughts just now were instantly wiped out. Advertisement. And Qin Luo, who was sitting in the corner, frowned slightly. The man in front of him was really arrogant and arrogant. HMPH. Wait for the Dragon Lord to reward me with a devil fruit. After I eat it, the first thing I do is punch Whitebeard. Kick Golden Lion. Let them know how good I am. Let them know the dignity of the dragon. Not to be offended. Punch Whitebeard. Kick the Golden Lion. Puff. Without holding back for a while, Qin Luo laughed directly. The surroundings were quiet and weird, and a sudden laughter suddenly attracted everyone. Who is laughing? Bruce shouted, his face extremely unhappy. I'm laughing, sorry, I couldn't hold back it for a while, so I just laughed. It's okay, I will treat you like a fart. Qin Luo smiled calmly, and soon everyone in the bar focused their eyes on him. Dash 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 dash. Yesterday's third update. There will be 4 more today. Guicho everyone collects flowers and rewards. Guicho everything. Collections and flowers are a bit weak. Guichi everything. I'm going to break out. Chapter 15. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. I'm laughing, sorry, I couldn't hold back it for a while, so I just laughed. It's okay, I will treat you like a fart. Qin Luo smiled calmly, and soon everyone in the bar focused their eyes on him. You brat, what did you just say? You said I fart. Bruce quickly turned away and stared at Qin Luo angrily. Yeah, you obviously were farting just now. Others have heard it. Qin Luo grinned, showing a harmless smile. Asshole. Bruce furiously kicked the corner of the chair and rushed towards Qin Luo. Mr. Qin Luo. He is the steward of the Heavenly Dragon. You can't provoke him. The Bastille on the side was immediately anxious and kindly discouraged. Tianlong people are nobles in the world, and if someone offends, it must be a capital crime, and even be chased by Marine. Even the current Marshal Gangukong and Teacher Zephyr are unwilling to provoke Denon. No matter who it is a very troublesome thing to provoke the Tianlong people. It's okay, but there is a Tianlongren steward, at least, he is not a Tianlongren. Advertisement. The corner of Qin Luo's mouth raised, and he didn't put the Tianlongren steward in the slightest. Boy, you're saying it again. Who is farting? Bruce arrogantly pushed aside the blocking crowd, and walked to Qin Luo angrily, aggressively. Why? Forgot so soon. You fart yourself, don't you know? Very good, kid. You say. What did I fart? If you don't tell me something good or bad, I will take your life to feed the dog today. Didn't you just say punching Whitebeard and kicking Golden Lion? What is this not farting? To be fair, you don't even have the qualifications to lift shoes for Whitebeard, so you say you want to punch Whitebeard. You really think of yourself as a god. Seriously, at best, you are a running dog of the Tianlong people, and the Tianlong people, in my eyes, are not worth mentioning, so you are not as good as a dog. What? This kid is crazy. Does this kid know what he is talking about? This is an offense to Sir Tianlongren. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Damn. This kid is not dead. He dared to offend the butler of the Heavenly Dragon. Hey, although I also feel that this kid is a madman, it's really f***ing fun to point to the nose and scold the butler of the Tianlongren like this. After Qin Luo said these words, the originally silent bar exploded directly, and countless pirates were startled by Qin Luo's words. It's over, it's over. This time I completely provoke the Tianlongren butler. He even offended the Tianlongren. What to do? What to do? Bastille showed an anxious expression, standing in front of Qin Luo, constantly pulling Qin Luo's sleeve. What a kid with sharp teeth. Offended Lord Tianlongren. See if I won't tear your face. Bruce was furious, and his dark and thick arms grabbed Qin Luo's neck directly, with fierce strength and amazing speed. Advertisement. However, at a fast speed, it is also useless in Qin Luo's eyes. Bruce clenched his iron fist and mobilized his entire body's strength. Just as Bruce was about to rush up, Qin Luo raised his right hand lightly, turning the void into claws, and lightly shot Bruce. Universal pull. Boom. In an instant, blood splashed, and the furious Bruce, in the shocking eyes of everyone, turned into a cloud of blood mist, floating in this bar. All the pirates were stunned on the spot, and there were tens of millions of pirates here. But these pirates with the devil fruit ability did not discover how Qin Luo made the move. They only saw Qin Luo's right hand claws, and when he grabbed Bruce, Bruce burst and died. What happened just now? People. Where's the people? Some pirates still haven't recovered from the shock. Dead. With a light grab, Bruce is dead. Oh my god. Who is this man? This kind of strength. Admiral should have the strength. This kind of void killing ability. I have only seen it in Whitebeard. Someone really dares to kill the steward of the Sky Dragon. Isn't he afraid of being chased by Marine? It's over. It's over. This time I completely offended the Tianlongren. Mr. Qin Luo, you may be in trouble. Bastile's eyes showed endless sorrow, as if to regret Qin Luo. Advertisement. Hehe. Just kill an ant. Kill it if you kill it. Qin Luo didn't care. Instead, he walked to the place where Bruce was sitting just now with a smile, staring at the two treasure chests with scorching eyes. Universal pull. Qin Luo grasped in the void, his right hand suddenly exerted force, and a huge suction force burst out from the palm of his right hand. The two treasure chests were directly taken in by the system space when they were close to the palm of the hand. Afterwards, Qin Luo seemed to be okay, patted his butt and walked out of the bar. And Bastile hurriedly chased it out. The captain of the Axe pirate group kneeling on the ground had his mouth wide open and speechless. Not only the captain of the Axe pirates group, but all the people in the bar were shocked to the point of indescribably. They had never expected that a young man would really dare to kill the steward of the Heavenly Dragon. Dash 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 dash. Today's first update. Guicho collect flowers. There are 3 more. I won't owe you all. Guicho everything. Seeking flowers. Seeking collection. Please give me a reward. Collect flowers for a little bit. I'm going to break out. Chapter 16. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Not only the captain of the Axe Pirates group, but all the people in the bar were shocked to the point of indescribably. They had never expected that a young man would really dare to kill the steward of the Heavenly Dragon. Mr. Qin Luo, you have made a big disaster. Everything related to the Tianlongren. You can't provoke it. Run away. Bastile hurriedly walked to Qin Luo and advised Qin Luo to escape. What's all the fuss about? Isn't it just killing a Tianlongren steward? Qin Luo disagrees. Anyway, now he is strong enough, and with his gravity full level skills, he can resist Marine Admiral. Bastile is speechless. I don't know how to say it. Why is the man in front of him so lawless? Even the Tianlongren don't pay attention to it. This is simply the rhythm of being chased by naval headquarters. If it hadn't been for the coming out, Zephyr personally told Bastile not to provoke Qin Luo. Maybe now Bastile has turned against Qin Luo. Forget it. You go back to the Marine branch first, and I will go shopping by myself. Qin Luo felt that Bastile was very annoying. Although Bastile was also good for him, Qin Luo was somewhat resistant to Bastile. You go shopping by yourself. Mr. Qin Luo, do you still want to hang out? Forget it. I'll go back and ask Mr. Zephyr first, and see how Mr. Zephyr decides. Bastile gritted his teeth and said a few words to Qin Luo. If everything is careful, he left here in a hurry. Finally gone. Advertisement. Watching the back of the Bastile drift away, Qin Luo breathed a sigh of relief, and then the most important thing was to sell the stolen goods. Replace all treasures with Bailey, use Bailey to buy devil fruit, then exchange devil fruit for points, and then upgrade another element again. Qin Luo immediately chose a place where the Chambord Islands are mixed with dragons and fish, where the dark forces are everywhere, and it is the best place to sell stolen goods. At this moment, in a VIP room, an elderly man is wearing glasses and carefully staring at the treasure on the table. Is this the emerald on the crown when the first king of Great Britain was crowned? This is worth 70 million Baileys. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Beside the old man, a short-haired man showed a ray of light, pointed at another object, and asked, "What about this stone?" This is the kingdom of ice and fire in the East China Sea. An explorer went to the pinnacle of Ice and Fire Island and removed the most essential stone on Ice and Fire Island. This stone shines all over, and at night, it is like daytime. Moreover, this stone is warm in winter and cool in summer. Wearing it on the body can prolong life and protect against poison. This is worth 90 million Baileys. What about this one? The short-haired man pointed to another object. This is. The old appraiser was shocked for the first time. Advertisement. This is the battle armor of the third-generation king of the North Sea Aishanier Kingdom. According to legend, a top forger appeared in this country during that period. He selected the best iron in the world and forged it in the depths of the volcano. According to legend, at that time, just forging this armor, hundreds of warriors died. Their blood was stained on the armor, and this armor also turned blood red. This armor, called the blood armor, can weaken any damage. This value, 150 million Bailey. The appraiser seemed to have seen the treasure in the world, and even stumbled in his words. There are many treasures left, but Qin Luo doesn't bother to listen. Ask the appraiser directly. Appraise me, how much is this worth? The appraiser hadn't evaluated the price, so the short-haired young man hurriedly stepped forward and smiled. Mister, you took out so many treasures at once. Wouldn't it be a despicable method to snatch it from someone else? Where is there so much nonsense? Do you want to buy? If you don't, I will find someone else. Qin Luo's face showed a hint of displeasure. The short-haired young man saw that the situation was not good, and said with a smile, Hee, sir, I misunderstood. Why didn't you buy it? Buy. Appraiser. Estimate how much this is worth. Okay. Wait a moment. The appraiser nodded, and then began to count those precious treasures. Advertisement. There are so many things in these 2 boxes, each of which is extremely precious. There are millions of them, tens of millions, and even hundreds of millions. It took a long time for the total price to be calculated. The short-haired young man walked up to Qin Luo respectfully. Sir, the total number of goods you took out is 17 pieces, with a total value of 1.53 billion Baileys. Do you want cash or a passbook? 1.5 billion. Although he also knew how precious the baby was, at this moment, Qin Luo couldn't help but be surprised. This casual intervention can earn 1.5 billion Baileys, and this transaction is too cost-effective. Dash 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 dash. Second. Guicho collect flowers. Chapter 17. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Although he also knew how precious the baby was, at this moment, Qin Luo couldn't help but be surprised. This casual intervention can earn 1.5 billion Baileys, and this transaction is too cost-effective. Qin Luo directly chose the passbook. After all, 1.5 billion Baileys is not a small amount. Even if it is banknotes, there are more than a dozen boxes. So Qin Luo decisively chose the passbook. Okay. Wait a minute, sir. The short-haired youth is still very fast, and soon, this youth puts things in Qin Luo's hands. Sir, here is a passbook of 1.5 billion yuan. You can check it. Also, because the items you sell are extremely expensive, our auction house will give you a VIP card. With this card, you can buy it at the Chambord Islands auction house. Everything is 20% off for you. Qin Luo nodded and took the card. Ask you one thing. Sir, what do you want to ask? I know. Tell him everything. Do you have devil fruit here? Devil fruit. The short-haired young man paused and said with a smile. You tell me. In fact, there will be a large auction at our auction house this afternoon, but it will be held in Area 1. There is devil fruit in there. If you are interested, you can go and have a look in the afternoon. Advertisement. Area 1. Auction in the afternoon. Yes, it is. The short-haired young man nodded earnestly. I see. I will check it out in a while. After Qin Luo finished speaking, carrying a huge sum of 1.5 billion yuan, he walked out confidently. When the devil fruit was auctioned in the afternoon and the points were exchanged, he took a step forward. The starting price of devil fruit is estimated to be more than 100 million yuan. This is also divided into the type of devil fruit. If it is Logia's devil fruit, there is no 5.3 billion yuan. Extremely uncontrollable. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Qin Luo is also not sure whether the 1.5 billion Baileys can be won, but even if they can't, they will have to use some means to grab devil fruit. After coming out, Qin Luo found a tavern at random and drank quietly for a whole morning. During the period, there were no pirates who did not have long eyes to make trouble. In the afternoon, Shin Luo dressed up and put on a cloak. The hat covered his face, so no one could recognize him. In this way, he passed through this chaotic zone alone, and entered GR number 1, which is the meaning of Zone 1. The Chambord Islands are divided into 79 areas. Areas 1 to 29 are chaotic areas. Here, mermaid trafficking, human auctions, and killings are all fair and honest. Advertisement. Entering the number 1 area, I found this auction house. I looked up. It was spacious and decorated with magnificent decorations. I walked into the lobby. It was divided into 2 floors. The first floor is a common area with dense seating, and on the second floor is a relatively relaxed and comfortable elegant room. Sir, do you have the VIP card of our auction house? If not, you can only pay the entry fee of 100,000 Baileys. A person who maintained the order of the auction came over and asked. VIP card. Shin Luo thought for a while, and took out the card that the young man with short hair gave him in the morning. Is this okay? It's this one, sir. Please, the second floor is a private room, you can choose whatever you want. The man glanced at the golden card in Shin Luo's hand, and suddenly overflowed with a standard smile, and he nodded and bowed to Shin Luo. Okay. Shin Luo hummed, turned around and walked to the second floor, arrived at a relatively spacious private room, and sat down. Soon, a large number of people kept pouring in, wearing luxurious clothes and having a big belly. Some men walked in with a few middle-looking women with their arms around them. The seats on the first floor were instantly occupied. Those local tyrants worth 1 or 2 billion Baileys could only sit in the corner of the first floor. They were not qualified to be the VIP rooms on the top. Unless there is a local tyrant who wants to spend 30 million Baileys to buy a private room, but no one will do such a luxurious life. Not long after, the private rooms on the second floor were also occupied by rich people one after another. Advertisement. At this moment, suddenly outside the hall, an ugly man walked out of the hall. His hair was high and he was wearing a ball-shaped hood. He was holding the rope with his right hand. At the end of the rope, a hideous man was tied. This man is kneeling on the ground, crawling like a dog, without self-esteem. Humble human. As soon as the ugly-looking man came in, he arrogantly scanned everyone present and cursed in contempt. As soon as this sentence came out, everyone frowned and turned their heads. When they saw what this man looked like, they were shocked and unable to speak. Is charm a sage? I didn't expect to run into a dragon here. Shin Luo stared at the Tianlongren in the hall and sneered. Third, Guicho collection. Guicho flowers. The tyrannical man is about to be abused. Guicho everything. Guicho flowers. Today's flowers are very miserable. I'm so sad. Chapter 18. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. As soon as this sentence came out, everyone frowned and turned their heads. When they saw what this man looked like, they were shocked and unable to speak. Is charm a sage? I didn't expect to run into a dragon here. Shin Luo stared at the Tianlongren in the hall and sneered. Oh my god, who is this? Charmako Saint. It turned out to be a Tianlongren. What can a mere Tianlongren have to pretend to be? A pirate burst into disgust in his eyes. Hush, shut up sooner if you don't want to die. Do you know what it means to offend the Celestials? Do you want to kill everyone? Next to the pirate, a timid pirate stared at the pirate beside him. The Tianlongren came to Area 1. This is like a blockbuster bomb exploded in this auction house. The humble ant. Charma Kushung squinted his eyes and glanced at the audience. Advertisement. Master, please inside. Outside the auction house, the waiter who was meeting with the distinguished guests hurriedly bent down and smiled humbly at Charmako Saint. Go away. Charmako Saint did not show any face to the waiter, and kicked the waiter all the way. The humble people don't kneel when they see me, are you looking for death? A touch of disgust appeared on Charmako's contemptuous face, staring coldly at the waiter. Puff. Master, the little one is wrong. The little one is wrong. I will pay you for it. Master, please forgive the little one. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. The waiter knelt on the ground shivering, his head slammed, and his whole body was soaked. Wrong. Humph. Boom. A gunshot exploded. Charma Kushung looked like a master, staring at the waiter whose life was as cheap as an ant, raised his hand, put away the pistol in his hand, and walked past the waiter. He died tragically at the door. Countless pairs of eyes were watching all this, but no one dared to speak. Advertisement. My lord, The supervisor of number 1 area ran out like crazy. No one had expected the arrival of the dragon people. Although the dragon people are also frequent customers here, today there was a dragon person at the auction house number 1, which is still out of the question. To the supervisor's expectation. Under normal circumstances, when the Tianlong people arrive, they will be reminded. But today, it is a bit abnormal. My lord, why are you here? If the little one knew you were coming, I would have come out to welcome you. The director of the auction house knelt down in front of Chalmok, with sweat on his forehead. HMPH, your dog doesn't know Lord Ben. If he doesn't kneel down when he sees him, should you be punished? Upon hearing this, the head of the auction house turned green. His head knocked fiercely, and he hurriedly begged for mercy. My lord, my lord. The little one can't discipline, the little one is damn it. Since you know it is wrong, then break an arm. What? The supervisor was terrified, and his pupils were full of fear. Advertisement. Why? Don't you dare. Do you want me to do it myself? No. How can you let the adults do it? I'll break it. The supervisor knelt on the ground aggrieved, gritted his teeth, an extra sword appeared on his right hand, and sharply chopped his left arm. What? The supervisor gritted his teeth, his face flushed with pain, and he knelt on the ground shivering. This is almost the same. Charmakoshan looked at the supervisor, as if staring at the ants. The director broke an arm. In the eyes of Charmakoshan, it was just an episode. Master Charmako Saint comes to your auction house, and everyone will come out to greet me. Suddenly, the slave tied to the rope of Charmako kneeled on the ground and yelled at the auction house. The pirates and wealthy tycoons were shocked and moved away from their seats. Chin Luo seemed to be deaf, tasting the tea in the cup. Update normally. Sorry, a few days ago. It's too busy. I will definitely make up for it if I have time. Do not worry. Chapter 19. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Chin Luo seemed to be deaf, tasting the tea in the cup. Outside the auction room, the rich men in the pirate world, even some pirates, and even some supernovae were already kneeling. They also chose to kneel because they did not want to be pressured by Marine Admiral to be hunted down all over the world. These celestial dragons are really assholes in this world. If it weren't for Marine Admiral's backing, I would have blown this dead head with a punch. Hush, be quiet, be heard, there will be a big trouble. A bunch of lowly and despicable garbage. Chalmok's gaze was stunned. The arrogance and disdain on his face were not hidden. He glanced contemptuously at the kneeling crowd, then spit on a pirate, twisted his butt and walked in. After entering, many people were pardoned, with sweat on their foreheads and their clothes wet. Many people breathed a sigh of relief, wiped their sweat and stood up, following behind in fear. Charmakoshan didn't even look around. He walked into the auction house with a posture of long Aotian. He did not observe whether there were anyone around. So far, Charmakoshan is still immersed in self-narcissism and just ignores it. Dropped Chin Luo. And because Chalmok did not see Chin Luo, Chalmok also escaped a catastrophe. Chin Luo was tasting the tea. He didn't find himself for Charmakoshan and didn't bother to think about it. He just waited quietly for the start of the auction. The fact that celestial dragons went to the auction house also spread wildly. Advertisement. Welcome elites, come to participate in this auction. I am the auctioneer, Mondi. A young man who claims to be a Montenegrin, dressed stylishly, with dyed blue hair, and a pair of black men's high-heeled shoes with thick thighs does not fit. After hearing the opening remarks, many pirates and rich men relaxed a little, and the sequelae of facing celestial dragons just disappeared slowly. Stop talking nonsense, start quickly, this saint has no time to play with you rubbish. Charmakoshan heard the words, his eyes were cold, threatening. Yes, yes, yes. Meng nodded and bowed, flattering. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Humph. Charmako Sage glared at him, then closed his eyes and calmed down. Others don't know that the back of the Mongolian ground at this moment is already soaked. Since Master Celestial Dragon speaks, then forget about the entertainment show and start directly. As soon as the words fell, the huge colorful lights all around shone directly, and the dazzling light descended from the sky and landed on the central stage. The Montenegrin waved his hand skillfully and pointed to the transparent glass cylinder that gathered under the light in the corner. Advertisement. The first product is a young and beautiful female mermaid. After finishing talking, a female staff member wearing a mask pushed a large transparent glass tub similar to a bathtub onto the center of the stage. The fish tank is round, with a mouth on the top, and there is a lot of water in it. There is a blonde sexy mermaid swimming in the water. The so-called mermaid means that the upper body is a human, and the part below the waist is a fish tail, which is exactly the opposite of the appearance of a murloc. This female mermaid looked very young, with her head lying on the fish tank, her innocent red eyes full of fear. Wow, what did I see? The mermaid was auctioned. Oh, mermaid. Mermaid auctioned off. Mermaid is a sky-high price. Ha ha ha. It just so happens that there are few mermaid in my fish tank. I want this mermaid. Suddenly, the depressive auction floor that had been transformed by the arrival of Charmico Saint instantly became popular. The gangsters kept on whistling, and even some wealthy people with agitated expressions stood up and rolled up their sleeves in a posture that they were sure to win, thinking to auction this celebrity fish. A mermaid. Charma Kushung heard this and opened his eyes, with a hint of interest in his eyes. He has seen a mermaid, but he has not raised it yet. Advertisement. Seeing the lively atmosphere set off by the mermaid, Mongolia also breathed a sigh of relief. This mermaid is indeed a treasure, and it can cause such a huge response once it appears. It seems that a lot of money has been auctioned. Mendy was delighted. The auction house, the more things he auctioned, the more money he could get. This is the eternal truth of the auction house. The same is true for this auction house. Why is it so? It is to stimulate those auctioneers to work harder. Is your mouth so good? Can't let those rich people pay the money obediently. Although I knew that there would be a population auction, I didn't expect I would have a chance to see a mermaid. Thinking inside, Xin Luo couldn't help but look at it a few more times. At this moment, the auctioneer gave a wicked smile and started the introduction of the product. I don't need to talk nonsense about the origin of this product. Mermaid has always been a scarce product. It has a price but no market. It is extremely precious. Even if it is our top auction house, 1 year not many times, so I don't need to say more about the preciousness of this product. So, the low price of this product is 60 million Baileys. Each increase in price must not be less than 3 million. Dash 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 dash. Update normally. 5 shifts today. Guicho collect flowers. Guicho for a reward. Not very supervised. Chapter 20. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. At this moment, the auctioneer gave a wicked smile and started the introduction of the product. I don't need to talk nonsense about the origin of this product. Mermaid has always been a scarce product. It has a price but no market. It is extremely precious. Even if it is our top auction house, 1 year not many times, so I don't need to say more about the preciousness of this product. So, the low price of this product is 60 million Baileys. Each increase in price must not be less than 3 million. 60 million Bailey. As soon as the auction price came out, it caused a cry of exclamation. So high. The starting price is 60 million Baileys. If you want to win this celebrity fish, you can't go bankrupt. Poor. Why don't you have any money to come to an auction house? If you don't have money, go to the inferior place to have fun. This kind of place is not for your inferior people to come. The local tyrants sitting in the chairs sneered at those who were shocked by the price. My heart is very awkward. I was scolded by someone pointing his nose. The eyes of the turtles were red and their fists were clenched to death, but there was nothing to do with the real rich people. A bunch of stinky salted fish. The mere 60 million Baileys surprised you. What a bunch of buns. A middle-aged man dressed in elegant clothes, wearing a pair of eyes, glanced at everyone contemptuously, and said, 63 million. As soon as the voice fell, the rich man on the second floor immediately took action, still ridiculing others. I see, you are also a bun. 70 million. Advertisement. 75 million. But this number only stayed for a second, and then it was broken by another sound. 80 million. Wow, haha. I am bound to win this celebrity fish. Prices are rising rapidly. The auctioneer's mouth, Kakuzu, couldn't close his smile, and his eyes were full of little stars. The people of the artillery pirates group saw golden eyes, so is a mermaid so valuable? Isn't this the kind of profitable one? Xin Luo looked at all this calmly, sipping tea carefully, as if all this had nothing to do with him. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. 120 million. 150 million. 200 million. Suddenly, a powerful voice sounded, and people followed the sound. Suddenly, there was a moment of silence in the hall. The auctioneer's gaze swept over, his eyes widened suddenly, and he was surprised. God. Lord Celestial Dragons. What? Lord Celestial Dragons wants this mermaid too. Advertisement. It's over. It's over. No chance this time. Master Celestial Dragons makes a bid, who would dare to call? For everyone in the auction house except Qin Luo, Celestial Dragons is absolutely unprovoking. Unless you don't want to live anymore. Will provoke this kind of existence. Bid. It's your mother. Who dares to snatch things from Celestial Dragons? Can't find death. A pirate with a scorching gaze saw that Charmako Saint was making a bid, and his face was as gray as hell, and he gave up the fight in despair. A few rich men eagerly sitting back with their feet in chests, without saying a word. Master Celestial Dragons has bid 200 million. Are there any more bids? Without Celestial Dragons, the auctioneer believed that he could auction a higher price, and he would get more profit. Although he was a little unhappy, the auctioneer squeezed out a bright smile and asked the people around him. Finally, the rich pirates looked at each other, stopped bidding, and said nothing. The auctioneer understood the situation and said straightforwardly, 200 million Baileys once. 200 million Baileys twice. 200 million Baileys 3 times. Boom. Congratulations, Lord Celestial Dragons. Take the ownership of this mermaid. Advertisement. Ha ha ha. Good. Very good. Charmako-san laughed arrogantly. Also very arrogant. After laughing, he sneered at the rich men. A bunch of poor people. No money to come to an auction house. Obstructive rubbish. He shouted out. The voice was not loud, but it was very clear. No matter who was sitting above or below, they heard the harsh words clearly, which was an insult to their personality, but no one dared to speak at this moment, and silently swallowed it. Next, a series of commodities are constantly being carried out. Since there is no item that Qin Luo wants, Qin Luo has not photographed an item. After an hour, the auction was approaching its climax. At this time, the auctioneer saw that the atmosphere had been heated up, and directly threw today's blockbuster. Next, a devil fruit will be auctioned. The highest bidder will get it. Dash 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 dash. This is the second one. Guicho collect flowers for a reward. Guicho everything. Chapter 21. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. At this time, the auctioneer saw that the atmosphere had been heated up, and directly threw today's blockbuster. Next, a devil fruit will be auctioned. The highest bidder will get it. As soon as the words fell, the scene caused a commotion. Both the guests on the first floor and the second floor were very excited. Even the incredible Celestial Dragons showed interest in their eyes. Hey, I finally waited. I didn't expect that the rumors were true, and the auction house actually had devil fruit auctioned. Devil fruit. That's really worth fighting for. The big pirate here, swept away from the laziness just now, and has a lot of energy. Devil fruit. I have to get it. I just don't know. What kind of devil fruit is it? There are 3 types of devil fruit: Zone devil fruit, Paramesha devil fruit, and Logia devil fruit. It is generally believed that Zone devil fruit is the weakest, and the auction price is much lower than the other 2 devil fruits. Rao is the weakest Zone devil fruit, and the purchase price will exceed 200 million Baileys. This astronomical figure is like a high mountain that many pirates cannot surpass. The weakest fruit must be auctioned so high. One can imagine the preciousness of devil fruit. Logia capable people have fluid characteristics, which makes the fruit value of this line multiply. Even in some black markets, it has never appeared. You want to buy. You can't buy it at all. Devil fruit. I don't need to introduce more. It is the secret treasure of the sea. Although it will become a land duck if eaten, it will also gain extraordinary abilities. Even if it is disgusted by the sea, it still cannot stop the sea in this world. The thieves are madly pursuing devil fruit. For example, Whitebeard of New World is the capable person of Paramesha devil fruit and shock fruit. Advertisement. While talking in the ground, things have been pushed up by a young and beautiful girl. Seeing the real object, Qin Luo retracted his thoughts, cheered up, and looked towards the center. I saw a purple devil fruit that was placed in a crystal glass seed. The surface of the fruit was covered by a strange spiral pattern, which looked like a large pineapple. Wow, it's devil fruit. Huh, this thing belongs to me. Who dares to snatch lousy? Labor and capital killed him. How old are you? This devil fruit belongs to me. You don't want to get involved. I don't know what kind of devil fruit it is. If you buy Zone's devil fruit, you will lose out. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Turtle, shut up if you have no money. Zone's devil fruit is also precious. If it's Logia's devil fruit, earn this time. Hey, it's a hero. It's a bear. Just watch this time. I won't miss this opportunity. As soon as devil fruit came out, the field was full of gunpowder, as if a disagreement would overturn this place. Whether it is the pirates or the rich, there is countless greed in their eyes. Rich people have money and naturally want to save their lives in this world, and the easiest way to save their lives is to eat a devil fruit to gain extraordinary power. Advertisement. This is also the most convenient way. Sure enough, the auctioneer squinted his eyes. He was not surprised by the fierce competition and lively atmosphere of the auction house, but he kindly persuaded, in the auction house, no one has dared to make trouble. Please follow the rules. Otherwise, you have to bear all the consequences yourself. After finishing speaking, Montenegro was not prepared to talk nonsense, and said bluntly, "Don't worry, since the auction house dares to auction, the security measures will definitely be adequate and will ensure your safety. Then, the auction price of this devil fruit has a reserve price of 100 million. Each increase in price shall not be less than 10 million. The auction begins. 120 million. As soon as the Mongolian voice fell, a pirate couldn't help but immediately quote the price. After speaking, he swept around fiercely, gazing at people, and issued a warning to those around him. Some little pirates on the second floor were stunned by the pirate's fierce name, so they didn't dare to bid. And it happened that some more powerful pirates ignored the jumping clown and quoted 140 million. Hearing this, the pirate who had just made an offer suddenly turned cold, gritted his teeth, but was helpless. HMPH, a clown who dared to come out presumptuously. Didn't your father teach you to be low-key? 160 million. Just as the two were fighting, another voice suddenly yelled out. People followed the sound and found a middle-aged man with a national character face, full beard, plain appearance, but with strong muscles. He was obviously not an ordinary pirate. Advertisement. Captain of the Tomahawk Pirates. Captain Bukoty. What? Bukoty. The big pirate who was offering a 200 million bounty. Oh my god. It turned out to be Bukoty. It seems we can't stir this muddy water. Let's just sit on the sidelines. On Thursday and Monday, Chin Luo was whispering, and Chin Luo was not busy bidding, but asked the system, what kind of fruit is this? Chin Luo didn't want to spend a big price to buy his own devil fruit, so he thought about it and asked. Logia. Logia. Chin Luo was shocked, but did not expect this to be a Logia devil fruit. Bought it. 200 million. Chin Luo doesn't talk nonsense at all. Since he knows it is Logia devil fruit, he must do everything he can to buy it. Third, Guicho collect flowers for a reward. Thank you for your support. There are things in my house, and I really can't be too busy, so I updated it today. But he must not be an eunuch. Rest assured. Guicho everything. The plot is absolutely cool. Chapter 22. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. 200 million. Chin Luo doesn't talk nonsense at all. Since he knows it is Logia devil fruit, he must do everything he can to buy it. Chin Luo didn't think about how much hatred he would draw this time, no matter how many people were offended, let alone the feelings of Bukoty, the captain of the Tomahawk Pirates. Chin Luo only wanted to auction devil fruit. As soon as he opened his mouth, he immediately attracted countless pairs of surprised and shocked eyes. It is certainly not an ordinary person to be able to bid for 200 million, and to challenge Bukoty, the captain of the uniformed pirates who has offered a reward of nearly 200 million. Which big pirate again? He dared to snatch Bukoty. Never saw it. Could there be another heaven-defying legend in this world? Impossible. I am well informed. I have never seen this kid in the newspaper. Who is he? Whoever he is. If you dare to challenge Bukoty, then you must have strength. This man really does not live or die. Compete with the great pirate Bukoty who is offering a bounty of 200 million yuan. Isn't that going to die? It's another rich turtle. Don't you have any points in your heart? You don't know how to die after a while. Some people sneered and stared at Chin Luo as if they were a dead object. There are many pirates who are not optimistic about Chin Luo. After all, the captain of the Tomahawk Pirates, Bukoty, is so fierce in the sea that countless people are frightened by the news. Between an unknown kid and a big pirate who is offering a reward of 200 million. Many people choose the latter. Boy, what's your name? The captain of the Tomahawk Pirate group's eyes cold, and the faint light swept across Chin Luo's body, and said gloomily. No comment. Advertisement. Facing Bukoty's question, Chin Luo said two words perfunctorily, and didn't want to speak. You are the only one who dares to speak like this in front of my Bukoty. Humph. But soon you will die. Bukodi threatened without concealing the killing intent in his heart. Oh, then I will stand here and let you kill. If you can't kill, you will have to pay the price. The price? What's the price? Bukodi sneered. In his opinion, it was a joke that he couldn't kill the person in front of him. The price? Naturally, I will kill you. Ha 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 ha. Bukodi heard this, as if he had heard the funniest joke in the world. He burst into laughter, and the fat on his belly trembled with a sense of rhythm. Little ones. Did you hear that? This kid is going to say kill me. Ha ha ha. The contempt of Qin Luo in Bukodi's eyes was even more exposed during the conversation. Captain. Wait for you to be merciful, and I want to practice my hands too. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Yeah, Captain. Don't kill him. Let the brothers try. The little pirates around Bukodi kept praising and clamoring. But all this, in Qin Luo's gaze, is like a group of beam-jumping clowns farting, which is not worth mentioning. Boy, Lord waiting for you. I'm here today in Bukodi. You must die here. Ahem. This, sir. Our auction house does not allow murder. Here are the rules of the auction house. Please abide by it. Otherwise, we will use force. Observed for a while, noticed the strong smell of gunpowder, and hurriedly caveat. Huh, you can't kill people here. Then your auction house won't be in charge of labor and management going out to kill people. Bukodi raised his head and said with a smile. As long as you are not in the hands of the auctioneer, after you go out, it is no longer under the jurisdiction of the auction house. So you can solve it privately by yourself. Advertisement. After speaking, he glanced at Qin Luo from time to time, and the gloating in his eyes made no secret of the misfortune. Okay. Then I'm not making trouble here. Boy, when I go out, I'll unscrew your head and kick the ball. Bukodi arrogantly said murderously. Okay. I hope you can screw it up by then. The teeth are sharp. Just let your dog's head stay on your neck for a while. Bukodi glared at Qin Luo, making no secret of his murderous intentions. That's a lot of nonsense. Rubbish. You shut up. Suddenly, in a private room on the second floor, St. Charles spoke. And the person scolded by Charmako is the arrogant Bukodi. Charmako Saint does not want to waste time in this place. He has already auctioned the mermaid, and now he can leave as long as he auctions devil fruit. So I felt a little impatient. Huh. Bukodi wanted to scold him back, but after seeing that the speaker was Charmako Saint, he shrank his neck obediently, and said with a smile, Yes, Lord, what you taught. Huh. Continue the auction. Charma Kushung squinted his eyes and said. This gentleman is asking for 200 million. Is there any higher? Meng faced the command of Charma Kushung, and dared not to be careless, hurriedly shouted. 300 million. After speaking, Bukodi directly increased the price by 100 million. Advertisement. 350 million. I don't know which hermit rich. Also start to compete. 370 million. 380 million. 400 million. Qin Luo raised his eyelids lightly and suppressed Bukodi's bid. 410 million. Looking at Qin Luo's sarcasm, Bukodi's eyes were red, and his teeth clucked. I can't wait to smash Qin Luo into thousands of pieces. Miscellaneous, if you dare to bid, I will kill you. Bukodi threatened. He didn't bring much money. 410 million is already his highest bid. You've said this sentence n times. Are you annoying? You are so poor that you have no money to pretend to be a big-tailed wolf. In front of the upper class, you humble ant has the right to fart. You. Good. Good. You wait for me. Bukodi jumped into a thunder, and the veins on his head jumped. The whole person is about to explode. Okay. I'm waiting. Before I wait for you, the Lord still has to bid. Poor. Qin Luo sneered at Bukodi, and returned all the contempt that had just been given back intact. 500 million. Qin Luo doesn't want to be talking nonsense anymore. He has directly sold out 500 million. If no one is auctioned, he will get it straight away. Chapter 23. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Qin Luo doesn't want to be talking nonsense anymore. He has directly sold out 500 million. If no one is auctioned, he will get it straight away. Did no one bid? Charma Kushung found that no one was yelling, smiled contemptuously, and said, 600 million. What? 600 million? Oh my god. These 600 million are enough to buy the fruits of Logia. Who is so rich? Didn't you see it? It's Lord Charmako. Charmako Saint. Celestial dragons. Competing again. There was a whisper in private, and there was fear and horror in the words. Unexpectedly, Charma Kushung would also auction devil fruit. When Bukodi saw Charmako's shot, the face of Qin Luo's anger suddenly flashed through endless jokes, and said to Qin Luo sarcastically, Ant, Lord Celestial Dragons has already bid, you don't have the slightest chance. Quote. Just your fart. Do I have a chance to use your nonsense? Chin Luo tilted his head and said. Humph. Bukodi didn't speak quickly either. Now it seems that this devil fruit is already in the bag of Lord Charmako. Although devil fruit is precious, the pirates dare not risk offending Lord Celestial Dragons. Take the risk to get this devil fruit. Advertisement. In Bukodi's view, Chin Luo must not dare to compete with Lord Celestial Dragons. Even if you have money, that won't work. Money and power. It's obvious. If Bukodi is fighting, he must give up after Lord Celestial Dragons takes the shot. In the eyes of everyone, the same is true. Hey, I'm afraid this devil fruit will fall into the hands of Lord Celestial Dragons again. Yes, only Lord Celestial Dragons can have this fruit. Many people have already flattered. Let Charma Kushung be more arrogant. Can't be a world. Master Celestial Dragons. Really rich. When the auctioneer saw Celestial Dragons making a move, the corners of his mouth twitched. If Celestial Dragons did not bid, he believed that this devil fruit could still be auctioned at a higher price. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Forget it, the price is not low anyway. Quandang gives a good impression to Lord Celestial Dragons. Are there any bids? The auctioneer glanced blindly at the audience, waiting for the dead seeker to bid. Ha ha ha. This devil fruit. This saint has taken it. Seeing no one bidding, Chalmik laughed arrogantly, and regarded devil fruit as his own. Before Chalmik finished speaking, an abrupt voice came out. 7 billion. Advertisement. What? 700 million. Oh my god. Which fool is competing? Is he looking for death? That kid. I just offended Bukodi. Now I want to offend Lord Celestial Dragons again. All eyes were directed towards the source of the sound. Chin Luo was not at all uncomfortable under the attention of all the people. On the contrary, he calmly sipped the tea, seeming to be doing something inconsequential. Damn it. Charmako-san raised his head, staring. And anger rushed out quickly. Ant. This saint let you die on this island today. Charmako-saint jumped into thunder and roared in front of countless people. Oh. Chin Luo didn't even look at Charma Kushung and gave a soft voice. Hey, this kid really does not live or die. Now, I don't need to act, Lord Celestial Dragons is enough to smash this kid into pieces. Bukodi smiled happily in the corner. And Mendy closed his mouth very carefully and waited for the development of the matter. Rub. I saw Charma Kushung stand up, the fat all over his body was trembling astonishingly, swayed 3 times, and walked towards Chin Luo's private room with a sullen face. Trash. I'll give you a chance now, as long as you obediently kneel down and apologize to Ben Sheng can leave you a corpse. The voice quickly came towards Chin Luo from far to near. Advertisement. Who was the garbage scolding just now? Trash scolds you. Chalmik had already been mad at Chin Luo, and he yelled out without paying attention to the language trap. By the time he found it, it was already too late. Oh, Trash is scolding me. Hee hee. Puff. Ha ha ha. I can't help it anymore. Sorry, Lord Celestial Dragons. This kid is so courageous, he dares to insult Lord Celestial Dragons, this kid must die. Whether he is dead or not, there is a good show to watch anyway. Hey, how do I feel that this kid is pleasing to the eye a lot? Hearing the bursts of laughter from all around, Charmako's dark complexion turned purple, and an indescribable sorrow and shame spurted out. Ah, I'm going to kill you. Rubbish. Chin Luo showed a harmless smile upon hearing this, making Charma Kushung even more angry. Dash 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 dash. I wrote a bug yesterday. It has been revised, thank you for your reminders and suggestions. Guicho Flowers Collection Guicho for a reward. Guicho everything. Your support is my biggest motivation. Chapter 24. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Ah, I'm going to kill you. Rubbish. Chin Luo showed a harmless smile upon hearing this, making Charma Kushung even more angry. This kid completely offended Celestial Dragons. It's dead. Hey, I didn't expect someone to provoke Celestial Dragons. The noise of watching the excitement continued from the crowd, and countless eyes looked at it. Chalmik's speed did not slow down, and he drew out the gun skillfully, and directly hit Chin Luo's head. Boom. Without giving Chin Luo any chance, the bullet shot out of the barrel. The huge propelling force made the bullet have an unparalleled speed and shot towards Chin Luo at high speed. Universal pull. Chin Luo grabbed his right hand, and a surging and majestic force whizzed out from his right hand in an instant, and shot directly at the bullet and Charma Keshin. The bullet's original speed was amazing, but under the full gravity, it shot to Qin Luo frantically. And Charma Kushung, who was not spared, was lifted off by a huge suction force and smashed towards Qin Luo. Ding! The bullet hit Qin Luo's palm, but did not cause any harm to Qin Luo. In a blink of an eye, Charmako Sacred Roshan smashed over. Advertisement. Boom. Qin Luo grasped the strength, and turned around in an arc. Charma Kushung smashed to the ground fiercely, embarrassed and bleeding from the corners of his mouth. Cough cough cough. Charmako Saint was lying on the ground, and the intense pain made him curl up into a shrimp shape. He never expected that the person in front of him was so bold that he dared to do something with celestial dragons. Bold. You dare to fight Lord Celestial Dragons. Do you want to die? Seeing this scene, the personnel who followed Charmako's arrival roared like crazy. Missions. Charma Kushung roared out tremblingly, raised his head, his eyes were stern. Snapped. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Qin Luo sneered and slapped Charma Kushung's face with a slap. Puff. Under the action of gravity, this slap was so powerful that Charmako Saint was slapped into the air, turned twice in the air, vomiting blood, and then crashed to the ground. Have you never died? Looking at Charma Kushung's face swollen into a bun, Qin Luo burst out with awe-inspiring killing intent. As soon as this killing intent came out, the audience was shocked, even indomitable, the arrogant and domineering Charma Kushung. Frightened and trembling, the whole person is like an ice cellar. Even Bukodi couldn't help trembling in the face of Qin Luo's icy pupils, and a feeling of imminent disaster was surging. Charmako Saint is presumptuous, he is proud of his talents. But in front of death, he still showed his natural fear. Advertisement. My God. Beat Celestial Dragons. This kid is crazy. Beating Celestial Dragons. That's a big crime. Is he not afraid of being chased by Marine? What a guts. Dead. This kid is dead. Many pirates squeezed a cold sweat for Qin Luo and beat Celestial Dragons. In their minds, this was something that they could not even think of. This is a minefield. Whoever violates it will be crushed to pieces and die without a place to be buried. Therefore, no one dared to cross this restricted area, even if Celestial Dragons are useless trash, no one would dare to provoke them. Regarding Qin Luo slapped Charma Kushung, everyone was horrified, but also heart palpitations. Charma Kushung felt Qin Luo's killing intent coming from like the sea, his pupils shrank, enduring the pain, and he felt lingering fear and said, "You dare to hit this saint, just, don't be afraid of being beaten. Marine Admiral, pursue it. Ben Saint is a nobleman in the world. Ben Saint is the most arrogant existence. Marine Admiral chasing. World nobles. Haughty existence. Haha. Nothing more than rubbish." Qin Luo smiled indifferently, like a spring breeze, but this scene fell in the eyes of Charmako Sage, making him a cold sweat for fear of his eyes. One of them accidentally killed him. After Qin Luo laughed, he slapped 3 slaps again, and the drawn Charmako's holy eyes appeared as gold stars, and blood flowed. Stop. Celestial dragons followed the staff with red eyes, roaring hysterically, and rushed up angrily. Go away. Qin Luo lifted his hand, and the huge gravitational force condensed over, and directly lifted those doglegs. Now, do you have anything else to say? Ants. Qin Luo's eyes focused on Charma Kushung, staring at him with a dominating gaze, and smiling. Advertisement. Don't kill this sage. Don't kill this sage. This sage is an ant, this sage is rubbish. Please let me go. Leave you. Qin Luo heard the words and sneered. It's too cheap to let you go. You are so valuable. I won't blackmail you some money. I'm really sorry for your noble status. What do you want to do? Being greeted by Qin Luo's greedy peeping made Charmako's Saint horrified, and his heart was occupied by an indescribable fear. What? Blackmail Marine? Are you not a nobleman in the world? Of course you are very valuable. Dreaming. Ben Saint won't give you money. Charma Kushung gritted his teeth, wishing to smash the corpse of the person in front of him now. To shut up. Qin Luo smashed out a punch, directly blasting Chalmak's nose, and a stream of blood rushed out. Ah! Charma Kushung screamed again miserably. Countless pirates looked at each other and didn't dare to talk too much. Chapter 25. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Qin Luo smashed out a punch, directly blasting Chalmak's nose, and a stream of blood rushed out. Ah! Charma Kushung screamed again miserably. Countless pirates looked at each other and didn't dare to talk too much. Tomahawk Pirates, the great pirate Bukodi, who offered a 200 million bounty, saw this scene, his throat couldn't help swallowing, and he didn't dare to say a word in horror. To provoke Lord Celestial Dragons, he dare not give him 10 courage. But Qin Luo not only provokes him, but also violently beats Lord Celestial Dragons, which undoubtedly frightens Bukodi's heart. What kind of strength can I not fear Celestial Dragons? Not afraid of the naval headquarters behind Celestial Dragons. Can you talk and laugh like this? I'm afraid that only Whitebeard, a big pirate like Roger, can do this kind of thing. God. Oh my God. The more he thought about it, the more he panicked, his lips kept shaking, his back was already wet with cold sweat. Captain, this young man is not easy to mess with, we seem to be in big trouble. A careful pirate kindly reminded Bukodi. Do you still use your nonsense? Bukodi's face was pale, and his heart was in a mess. The auction room was silent, and Qin Luo's suffocating ability shocked everyone present on the spot. Pirates with a bounty of hundreds of millions dare not fart, and even their little pirates dare not say anything. At the auction, there was only the tragic wailing of Charmako Saint, and besides that, the surrounding silence was terrible. Advertisement. Universal pull. Qin Luo raised the corner of his mouth, curled his fingers slightly, and violently shot out directly, sucking at the devil fruit in the center of the auction house. Boom. In the blink of an eye, the devil fruit in the crystal glass was attracted by Qin Luo. In the eyes of everyone's astonishment, devil fruit broke away from the crystal glass directly, traversed the void, and was caught by Qin Luo. Evil. Devil fruit. He actually robbed devil fruit directly. So bold. Aren't you afraid to offend the boss behind this auction house? Lord Celestial Dragons was beaten. Isn't it a trivial matter to offend a boss? With a dull expression on his face, he dared to rob the goods at the auction house. This was the first time he encountered him, and now he said coldly, Youth, I would advise you, this devil fruit belongs to the Lord Celestial Dragons. You want to snatch it, consider it good consequences. Nonsense. Qin Luo raised his eyelids and twitched his right hand. The auctioneer vomited blood and turned and flew up. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Finally, he fell heavily on the stage and passed out in a coma. Qin Luo remembers that this kid was very gloating just now. Devil fruit, really good. Looking at this devil fruit up close, Qin Luo did not find any peculiarities. On the contrary, the appearance of this devil fruit is very ordinary, just like a fruit. This is my devil fruit. Mine. You give it back to me. Give it back to me. Charmako Saint said with bright red blood overflowing from the corner of his mouth, gritted his teeth. If you grab it by your ability, why should you pay it back? Advertisement. Qin Luo seemed to have heard the funniest joke in the world. Return the fruit. Hey, it doesn't exist. Puff. After hearing the words, Charmako Saint shook his whole body and fainted with anger. I can't help but beat. Seeing that Charma Kushung was in a coma, Qin Luo took back his thoughts and asked directly inwardly, System, how many points can this Logia devil fruit redeem? Qin Luo wants to improve his other elements as soon as possible. Although it is invincible by only relying on gravity, it is invincible and too monotonous. Therefore, Qin Luo still wants to develop other elements of his own. Such as the fire element. Such as the vibration element. Such as the frozen element. In short, there are still many elements that make Qin Luo want to reach the full level. Ding, the system is being estimated. After the estimation, you can exchange 1,800 points. So much. Qin Luo couldn't help being stunned when he heard this. Advertisement. Well, this one is Logia devil fruit, powerful. As that's so. Qin Luo muttered in his heart, suddenly didn't want to exchange this devil fruit. I wanted to eat it. But thinking about the price of not being able to swim, Qin Luo gave up this idea. Invincible on land, but can't dominate at sea. This is not what Qin Luo wants. Exchange. Qin Luo gritted his teeth and said. Ding. The exchange is successful. Consumption of a Logia devil fruit. Redeem points. 1,800 points. Detected an element that needs to be upgraded to the full level. Do you want to upgrade?